it a little bit?
We can do whatever you want.
Lower
it's
it.
your live stream.
I say lower it, damn it.
Okay.
Just a little. Oh, it's okay. Oh, great. That's great. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, the lighting is so bright.
It is blowing.
Is it too blowy? Blowing
No.
us out?
No.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
I like an overexposure situation. Oh, and then there we are.
Yes, there we are.
I forget how this all goes.
You can see us there.
It's been well over a year.
Okay, so hi.
Hi.
So you're like, who is this person next to me? This is my best friend, Heather.
Hello.
She's been on my channel before. But yeah, when was I? I was here over a year ago. In June. And so we did this last time too. So maybe you caught that. But if you didn't, yeah, we've been friends for a long ass time.
Long ass time.
How long?
It's math, and I'm like, how old am I now? How old are you now?
Yeah.
As though any of that's relevant, because
Right.
really it's just a matter of when did we meet. But we're 38, and we met when we were 19.
Yes.
So it's 19 years.
That's a long time.
It's a long time. I'm so glad. I don't know what I would have done without
Oh my
you.
God. I'm so glad.
It's important. It's really important to have good girlfriends.
I'm sorry, I need this lower.
Lower?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what friends are for.
Lower.
Yes. It's different.
Okay, but is it actually perfect, or are you going to move it again?
I think it's perfect. We'll see. It needs to be more this way. Sorry, guys. This is important. All right. I feel better about that.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay, great. Should we cheers?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers! We're drinking.
Yeah, what are we? Yes, tell the
What's it
people.
called? Well, we can show.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a Cava from Trader
M.
Joe's, right?
Chevalier.
Okay.
And it's a brute Cava. It's from Trader Joe's, and it's not pricey, but it is good. Lower. You don't know how to work it.
I'm doing fine.
More.
Fine.
More.
Yeah. I'm gonna look a little more. Wow, we really did this setup great. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So guys, who's here? There's 64 people here. That's nice. I don't usually do a brunch situation. So this is new. This is a new, usually this is in the week. So welcome. I hope you have a cocktail. Do you have a mimosa? What are you guys drinking?
Somebody said they've got a White Claw going on.
Do you like White Claws?
No.
I don't either.
Sorry. I mean, drink whatever you want.
Yeah,
always.
drink it.
But no, I'm not big on seltzers in general. And I think White Claw specifically, I read something where somebody said White Claw tastes like television static and someone screaming the name of a fruit from another room. It's like, that's a fair assumption.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, the aftertaste of it is it's a lot.
It's like if I'm gonna drink something, I'm not gonna drink that. Like it's like a low ABV. I don't know. I think so. Isn't it like
I think seltzers,
5?
oh, that's barely worth it. But I think seltzers are usually fairly high ABVs. And that's kind of the point, is that it's really low sugar, high ABV.
Yes.
Which is important. But yeah, seltzers, but just maybe not White Claw.
Yeah. Agreed. Let's say hi to some people. Who's here? The Good Job Gang is here. We love that. All the Kims. Kim McConnell, Kim Langendorfer, Bonnie.
Oh wait, Kim Langendorfer said she mentioned it looked like she was talking about an alcohol. Oh no, maybe she's calling somebody out. I thought that was an alcohol.
Oh, a little baby beetroot is a person.
I thought maybe she was talking about, she had a drink called that. I was like, must hear about it.
That sounds like a drink.
Yeah. Let's make one.
Yeah, I think little baby beetroot is the person who's in Australia right now.
Oh wow.
So good day.
Good on ya.
Yeah. Can you do an Australian accent?
I can if I work on it.
Yeah.
When we were in theater school together.
The theater.
And people are pretentious, and I do it too, but when you spell theater with an R-E, Which
Yeah.
if,
Oh, you're not
if
supposed to do that?
No. If
Oh.
you're wondering what the distinction is, though, ER is the place that you go. RE is the art form.
Really?
I think so.
Oh my
Just
God.
totally- I could tell you anything, and that would just say it with authority.
You just blew my mind.
But I think that is true.
Okay.
What was I saying when I was in the theater?
When you were in the theater, dialects.
Dialects, and we all had to take dialects class, and everyone was assigned a different dialect at one point as a project, and you had to kind of
Oh my
research
God.
it yourself,
Yes.
and come up with examples and give a small presentation to help the class, if they wanted to learn those and more
Yeah.
obscure dialects.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I was assigned Australian, and I got decent at it at the time, and I can do most dialects if you give me time to work on it.
Yeah.
But it's not a thing really anymore. If you need someone with a dialect, you go find someone with that dialect.
I think you should find the person with that dialect.
Yes, and that tends to be where the industry is headed.
Yeah.
And fine. Nobody wants me to do fucking standard British nonsense.
Right. Oh, Jane Barnett is a theater
Oh my
professor.
God, I'm right. I should be. I have an MFA in theater and performing arts. I should know those things, but I pulled that from the recesses of my brain. She says, "What theater school did y'all attend?" I wouldn't call it a theater school.
Yeah. So we went to University of Wyoming. And they had like a really, really legit little theater
They
program
really
there.
did. It was like a hidden little gem in the
Yeah.
Rockies, and it was sort of known throughout the region of being like the secret of, because there were bigger theater schools kind of around the area that had like flashier departments, but
Yeah.
ours did very, very good training and work.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. And then you went to your master's
Yeah.
at SCAD.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well,
Now I'm really in debt.
and now
Cheers!
you're in debt. Oh my God. Amazing.
Mm-mm.
What do you feel about when you watch that Kevin James Thornton TikTok where he's like, the moral of the story is don't go to college?
I mean, sure. It's a scam, I'm sure. I mean,
Yeah.
we can talk about that all day long.
We could. That's a hot take.
I'm not disappointed that I went either time. They were
Yeah.
very big, enriching experiences in my life, and I felt like they grew me as a person and an artist, and blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, man.
Exactly. Okay, what else are people saying here? So we're gonna do this today, and then what are we doing afterwards? So did I say we're in Atlanta? Did I even say that?
No.
Okay, we're in Atlanta. She lives here.
It's my home.
Did I tell you that? Yeah, so that's important.
If you watched the last time we did a live stream, which we checked out earlier, we checked it out. We kind of left it on running in the background while we did some stuff and caught up and whatever, so that we could make sure we didn't just have literally the exact same conversations that we had last time. But I was horrified by the state of the home behind me. It had not been vamped the way that I prefer. Now.
The setup is better now. Yeah. So yesterday she cut my hair because you've also been a hairstylist, so you do my hair, and she's amazing at it.
It looks good.
People are talking about your hair on here, so let's just take a moment for Heather's hair, everyone. Heather's hair.
Thank you.
Oh, Jane said, don't go to grad school, folks, unless you have full funding. Rant over. Wow, Jane, you said it.
Can understand that, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm,
I mean, yeah.
Is it super sweaty in Atlanta? No. I feel like the rest of the country is absolutely on fire in a frightening way.
Yeah.
And also in a frightening way, it's been unseasonably cool here.
Yeah.
So no, it's been fine here.
Yeah. It's actually better than New York,
Mm-hmm.
which is terrible.
It's been great. We've had great weather for the whole summer, and great weather pretty much since you've been here.
Yeah. So she was cutting my hair in the kitchen, and we decided to put on our live stream from last year because we were like, we don't want to repeat ourselves. We forget what we've said.
Say just the exact same things.
And then we had this realization that like literally we're just repeating conversations over and over again, like for years and years and years.
Well, because yes, that we mentioned things on the live stream that you and I had like rehashed 18 hours previously.
Yeah, exactly.
And also it's so interesting to watch yourself talk, and especially if it's had some distance and you really don't remember what it is, because you think the things that you're about to say right before you say them, and we found ourselves like some subject would come up and I'd be like, oh yeah, here's what I have to say about that. And I'd start talking to you, and then just me on the screen would be like, blah, 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 same exact words.
Yeah.
And I was like, so irritating. Finally, we were just like,
Stop
talking. You're
Stop
saying
talking.
all the same stuff. I'd be like, what's that guy's name? And then the me on TV would be like, right, that guy from the, oh my God.
So we just stopped talking.
It was
'cause
really,
we're like,
it was irritating.
I was annoying myself.
Yeah, we just kept, it was eye-opening though, to
It
see how the
was.
human brain just is still firing the same synapses. And
Yes.
you've just got the same brain patterns. I don't know, science.
Yeah.
But all of that stuff is fascinating to me.
Yes, I agree. It was a long one, and we covered a lot of unpopular opinions. And we're gonna talk about new things today.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Sorry, I almost just elbowed you right in the boob.
It's okay.
Hi. What are we gonna do? Oh, so what are we doing after
Okay,
this?
so you're gonna take me to breweries.
Yeah, so there's a whole section of Atlanta on what's called the West Side, and there are big industrial buildings that got converted into amazing breweries, and they're all kind of like in a nice little row, and you can brewery hop. And yeah, it should be great.
I'm excited. Yesterday we went. Now I'm vlogging this trip, so get excited. And I'm really committing to it. We're trying to really capture moments. Vlogging is weird because when you're enjoying a moment, you want to just enjoy it, but then you're like, oh shit, I should be vlogging this. And then you're that person in public who's like documenting everything.
Yeah, well, at least yours are really good, though. I mean, they don't know that when it's happening.
No,
but
they don't know that.
Everybody's documenting all the time about their life anyway.
Yeah.
And you're actually doing something really artistic and creative and
Oh,
interesting
thanks.
with it. I love the vlogs. I'm really
oh.
excited that one's going to be about me.
I-
what happened?
I
You just scrolled down.
I just scrolled down. No, I'm excited. So yesterday we went to,
Sorry, I keep doing that. I'm sorry. One side of my hair looks completely different than the other, and it's
Does it?
driving me crazy.
okay, I don't,
But nobody cares. I'm being.
it's
silly.
okay. It's okay. Do it. Like, do whatever makes you feel
Right.
better.
Do whatever makes you feel better.
That's right.
And don't feel ashamed about it.
That's right. Don't apologize.
Yeah.
Don't apologize.
Yesterday.
Yesterday we went to what you refer to as Murder Kroger.
Oh, not just me. That's not
sorry.
an offensive term like I came up with or something.
Okay.
It's called Murder Kroger, sort of like quote unquote affectionately, and it's because they've had a store there, a Kroger store there, several different times, and there've been many murders there.
That's terrible.
It is.
It's terrible.
Of course. But the most recent iteration of this Murder Kroger is right on the Atlanta Beltline, which is just a big like walkway that kind of encircles the entire city, or will at some point. And it's just like the promenade of the land. Like, it's just this incredible
It's
green
beautiful.
space, and it's
gorgeous.
just biking and people walking their dogs, and it's great people watching, and everything along the Beltline is just like prime. It's just great.
It's gorgeous.
And but pricey too, because it's such primo real estate. And
But that's okay. I mean,
Oh no, not where we. That's what I mean. It's
you're saying living there is pricey?
Oh, living on the Beltline is like
Yeah.
impossible.
Got it.
But if you're a restaurant there, generally you get a lot of traffic, and
Yeah.
so there tends to be a lot of like cool, trendy, swanky places on the Beltline, and that it's really nice, but might be kind of pricey. Not at the Kroger. Not at the Kroger, because it's a grocery store, and it's they have a whole area on the Beltline of like a patio, and sometimes there's live music. They have TVs out there in case there's like a fun game on or something. And
This
their
is the fanciest
prices-
Kroger I've ever seen.
It's bonkers, right?
It's I've never seen anything like it.
And they have kind of grocery store applicable prices for draft beer, mimosas, cocktails, like certain blended cocktails and stuff, and it's like $4 and $5 and $6 tops.
I just couldn't believe it. It's a dangerous game because honestly we could have just sat there all day. And we had this prime spot.
We really did.
And like the rain was like, we were sort of, the lighting was perfect. And like the rain was coming down, but we were under cover. We were taken care of in that way. And it was just like idyllic.
It was
idyllic.
It was a dream. That's why I wanted us to go there, is because every time we've done that, I've just been like, what's happening? It's why is the Kroger the coolest place in Atlanta.
And that makes me angry because New York, we don't have Kroger, and I enjoy Kroger.
A Kroger brand. I mean, Kroger brand grocery stores like that, they can get it. It's been most of my life. I've lived somewhere where there's a Kroger associated thing, even if it's not called Kroger.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's the end. That's the grocery store.
We all know you. Okay, so here's some things that if you aren't familiar, we need to update the people. The people need to know. You did live in New York for quite some time with, and also her husband Johnny. Like we all went to school together, so like we've known each other forever. You guys lived in New York. You're both actors. You lived in New York for how long?
5 years.
Okay, 5 years.
Longest I've ever lived anywhere
I
consecutively.
thought it was longer than that. Really?
Well, it always feels longer.
Well, yes,
No,
it does.
5 years, which is the longest I've ever lived in one place without moving. We're
Yeah.
about to come on that with Atlanta. This is our 4th year here. and
Yeah.
Once we reach 5, I might actually top that game.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were there for 5 years.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, if we bitch about New York, you
Oh,
can get a,
I'm allowed.
You can do it with the best of them. You can do it.
I mean,
with the
I had
best
to
of-
leave. That's how much I bitched about New York.
Well,
I had to go away.
I understand. Okay, so also people are asking. I am going to tell the story about my flight here. My flight here. Okay, so here's where the
I'm
thing.
gonna make it cooler in here while you do that.
Okay.
Are you sweating?
Always. I mean, just ask me if I'm sweating at any time, and I'm like, yes.
Happening? It's like 68 degrees. I said in here.
Because we were the light, and then we're talking.
shot
We took a shot before we started. So then Heather knows Randy. Yes, Heather knows Randy.
Oh, Randy.
He's a peach.
That's like literally what I was about to say.
Yeah,
He's a doll and a half.
yeah. He's a peach. We have you have a picture of us on this
I
grand
do.
wall
Yeah.
over here.
I know. I redid the wall. I had all the pictures back here were so old. My new friends and people have been in my life for 5 years though, and have come over and they're like, "So I'm not on the wall, huh?"
Oh shit. That's what happens when you put too many pictures up. Then if someone doesn't have their picture up, it's upsetting.
I was like, these are all pictures I got printed like 8 years ago, and then I was like, it's time. It's really time.
Okay.
So,
wow.
I mean, you're always on the wall,
Thank you.
but I do love that picture of you and Randy.
It's a
who
good one.
wasn't on the wall, but now is.
That's right. That's right.
I'm gonna reach. 'Cause
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna
please.
get more
Here,
champagne.
here. Yeah. We have champagne right here. Should we? Oh shit. Okay. So, wow, there's so many thoughts in my head. So I'm gonna. Yes, I will.
Story from the plane.
The story from the plane. Also, we should have said this up front because this is. You want to stay for this. We're pulling out old photos from college and showing them to you. And I haven't seen them. Like Heather picked them right before the live stream. This is going to be totally organic. You're gonna.
Natural reactions.
It's like gonna be supernatural. Like we're gonna react in the moment. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun.
That was wild looking at those.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
I mean, I just really skimmed them, but we can take a deeper dive.
We're gonna take
into some more of them.
We'll take a deep dive. Let me tell this story really quickly, or not quickly. It's really bad about my flight here.
Do we have snacks?
Do we have snacks? No.
No, we ate a bunch of toast before
We did.
we did this, and
We
then
went out last
We will
night.
have snacks.
We'll talk about
that
last
too.
night. Cliffhanger. What happened? So many things happened. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, the flight here was honestly, it was the worst travel experience I've ever had in my life. Which is a bold statement because we all know there are many terrible travel experiences.
Really? Is it just because it feels fresh, or like if you go back in the recesses
No.
or compare it to bad ones, you're like, this was worse?
This is the worst because okay.
I wonder if you remember a travel experience that we had together that was really bad that we'll talk about later as we get into college days stuff.
Whoa, cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this was bad.
This was bad. We'll get to the college. I don't remember that.
Oh, sorry, this person said Heather has so much hair and Cate has as little as possible.
Who said that? Toss. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yes, I like that.
But aren't they good versions of both?
Really good, like, dichotomy.
We're gonna talk about that too. About friends who look. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna. Okay. Sorry. We would. This is us the whole trip.
We should talk about that.
We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that.
And then at certain points, Cate would start to be like, "So we should cover this and do we want to like write down some more questions to ask each other?" And I was like, "I'm really not concerned about it. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll start talking about what to talk about and end up talking for 45 minutes. And I'm like, I think we can just riff.
We're fine. It's fine. Heather also has a podcast. I want to mention that. So like she's excellent at this. And I put it in the description box. It's called You Betch. You Betch. And
which sounded a lot more clever in 2017 when
I think
that
it's
word was
fun.
being thrown around a lot more.
I like it.
I like it too, but it was a sort of the moment choice.
Yeah, it was like a trendy
like
moment.
Everyone was like, hey, Batch.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm going to take that.
Well, now you're retro. You're vintage.
Yeah, I'm old school.
Tell the people what's about before I tell my terrible story.
It is my another best friend of mine, Morgan, and I, she's kind of a Southern belle, and I'm kind of a city
kind
bitch.
of a Southern belle. She's the most Southern belle. Morgan, are you here?
Hi, Morgan.
I think she's lurking. I have this sneaking suspicion.
Oh, that'd be great.
That would be great.
We should have texted her and told her specifically.
We love Morgan's sultry voice. Heather helps your podcast, Toss said. Yeah, you have a sultry
voice.
voice.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
You do have a very low bedroom
it's
voice.
Low resonance.
Yes.
And if you ask me, if anyone in this chat asks me, I'm going to tell you right now. If you ask me if have you thought about doing voiceover work?
Don't ask that.
I will come for you.
Everyone's thought about that. And you have a demo and I have a demo.
Yeah.
If you would like our demos.
Your demo is so good. Your demo is so good, I straight up stole something from it to use on my demo.
I know, and I love that.
We should post those for people and be like,
okay. Isn't that what people, that's what people do now. You're just like posting whatever you can. And
here's
then,
me.
Here's me. If someone wants it, I guess you can have it, but for a price.
So my friend Morgan and I get drunk and we tell each other stories about women throughout history or maybe now that you don't know a lot about.
Yeah.
So just kind of hearing women's stories. That's it.
It's great.
Ladies, stay on topic.
Okay.
I like her.
Yeah, all these people are demanding. Cece, all these people. Shelly Nichols, the flight. What happened?
What happened?
For God's sake.
So what had happened was...
Okay, what had happened was... Oh my God. Okay, so I flew in on Thursday night. There was a monsoon in New York City. I know it's like a shit show. Like, it's a mess, right? Like... I didn't realize it was going to Donna Fry. Focus. So, yeah, basically, like, I knew it was raining and Randy had left for work and, like, I understood that. But, you can't really tell. I can't walk outside and, like, I was like, oh, it's raining. It'll be fine. No.
You've all seen the pictures now of people, trying to go into the subway and it was like filled with water. This is the night that she's flying out.
This is if you haven't seen that, go to Subway Creatures of New York or like it's people literally like wading up to here in water like through the subway. So this is when I'm trying to fly out. And I live relatively close to LaGuardia, so whenever I go there, I've never had any problem getting there. And I will take responsibility for the fact that I should have left a little earlier. Okay, I should have, but I would have been fine normally. It wasn't fine. I rolled out of my apartment building and I was literally probably outside for, 20 seconds and literally like wet head to toe, just like I had walked through the Amazon.
Suitcase. You have to suitcase it out.
But I did it fast and I was still wet. So I get in the car and I'm kind of starting to understand what might happen. I'm like, oh no, this is bad. And so I got the best driver in New York City, Anthony, who works for Via. If you're out there, Anthony, you're my hero, man. Because Anthony.
Pour one out for Anthony.
That's right. He was so kind and so like trying his best to I told him up front, I was like, I just have to tell you, and I'm so sorry to be this person, to put undue pressure on you, but I have a flight and I'm kind of in a hurry. So anything you could do would be much appreciated. And he's like, okay, well, when is it? So I tell him, the flight is already delayed.
Right.
It's delayed by like 40 minutes. So I'm like, oh, it's fine. And the ETA for the VIA was like, perfect. I would have been fine. He's like, the ETA is wrong. He's like, we're not going to make it there.
Simply watch. People like Anthony are unsung heroes.
Yes. And that's why I'm singing about Anthony right now. That's right. So he's like, it's not gonna happen. Like, there's no way we're getting there. Like, and he was like he had the radio on, listening to like the different like bridges. And I was like so touched. He knew New York like the back of his hand. He took like special side streets to like get us around things.
He's the reason you're here.
Anthony's the reason I'm here. No,
Aw.
truly though.
I know.
I know.
You're telling
Are you
it.
getting teary?
A little verklempt.
No.
I do love.
Sorry.
I do love that.
I took that too far. But
Oh, I could cry at the drop of a hat. I mean, I started to be like, oh, Anthony.
I know.
It could come out right now.
Yeah, I can see it in your eyes.
We won't go there.
Acting.
I did have a friend once be like, how are you always able to cry in any scene or anything that you're working on? I'm like, oh, I'm always just trying not to cry. Like that's my default. It's
Okay.
just every day, every second is just be like, don't cry.
Well, that really comes in handy.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are people saying? Yes. Okay. People
Bright
like
light for you, Anthony.
Yep.
Anthony.
He's the wind beneath your wings. He is. So yeah, basically, it really started dawning on me that I might not make the flight. I started texting Heather. I have never missed a flight in my life. That is not something that has ever happened. I don't even know that I've come close, maybe a couple times come close where I was nervous, but this was high stakes. And he was like, it's not going to happen. And I trust Anthony. He seems very trustworthy. But anyway, he took all these special streets. He got me there when the ETA had stated we were going to get there.
Wow, really?
Yes.
That's magical.
It was magical.
It's like he went through a magical portal.
I couldn't believe it. And I was like, I told him, I was like, I can't tell you how much this means to me. I was like, I'm absolutely going to tip you. Like, because, you know, when you take Via and on those things, a lot of people don't tip. But I did.
But you should.
You should. And I did.
If there's ever a situation where you think, should I tip here? The answer is yes.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we could go on about tipping, but we'll save that. So was so many things we could go on about, but I'm going to stay on track. Focus. So this isn't even, okay, Anthony. So end of the story with Anthony is he rolls up to Frontier. There's no one there. And he's literally, it's raining, clearly. And he's like, go in the airport. And I was like, what? And I was like very confused, but I was like, okay. And he like gets my luggage and rolls it into the airport for me. And he's like, go. It was so dramatic.
I love him.
I know, it was amazing. It could have been a movie in and of itself.
I mean, I want to know Anthony's happy ending now, you know, like
I
want to
know.
know his story and I want to make sure he's like good for his life.
Yeah. Yes, I know. People are asking what Via is. Via is like Uber, basically. Yeah. Frontier.
Frontier.
I know.
Yeah, because listen to what happened.
Okay. Exactly. Cece knows everything. So I roll up to Frontier after Anthony told me to go, and there's nobody at the gate. There's nobody at the gate.
At the ticket counter.
I'm sorry, at the ticket counter, excuse me.
To check in luggage.
The ticketing. There's nobody at the ticketing counter. No people, no people working. No, it's like shut down. It's shut down. And I was like, oh my God. So I go up to some very nice, sad girl who works for Spirit, even worse than Frontier. Spirit.
You assumed the sad for the Spirit employee, but I'm 100% behind you on. I think you can assume that if anyone's working for Spirit, their spirit has been killed.
Lisa said, Anthony, was he a stereotypical Italian? We're always dramatic. No, he was a young black guy. And he wasn't dramatic. It was dramatic to me. I guess he could have been Italian. He didn't have an Italian dialect, so I'm going to assume he wasn't Italian. But anyway, I understand. Italians are very dramatic. So, Frontier, no one there. Spirit Airlines girl. I know who I am at this moment. Like, I am going up to someone who doesn't work for that airline.
So no one who works for the airline is out there.
I didn't know what to do.
What are you supposed to do?
She initially did not want to help me, and I don't blame her. But I was like, I was like shaking. I was like a mess. So basically, I was like, I'm so sorry. Is there anyone who works for Frontier that can help me? Like, I'm about to miss my flight, and I'm honestly kind of a wreck. And she's like, I guess I'll go look. So she goes and procures some woman from the back from Frontier who must have been on her break. I don't know. An angel person is what I'm telling you. And she comes out and just makes it happen. She starts like clicking and clacking like on the like what's that movie?
Why do they have so many? What is that movie or
It's
TV
with Ben
show?
Stiller. It's with Ben.
It's just going and going.
It's
Okay,
Meet
let
the
me.
Fockers, isn't it? Where she's just like
she's just going. That's a great scene.
It's so
actually.
good.
That kind of thing is very, very funny, and it is unbelievable the amount of things that they're typing, and I'm like, what's happening right there? Are you composing an essay?
It did feel very long. I'm not gonna, but anything would have felt long at this point. So, so she's clicking and clacking, but she's also, I am like literally, I hand my passport to her.
Taz says, what the fuck, so odd, just not at their desk, etc. And here's my thinking is that technically, like, I don't know how many flights maybe Frontier has going on in this moment, right? So you have to, all passengers have to be checked in and check their luggage like 50 minutes before the flight is scheduled to leave. And if it's past that point, they're just like, oh, well, we don't have anyone else, you know, there's no flights taking off for the next 4 hours. So I'm just going to pop in the back and we don't have to worry about it.
Yes.
And this woman had to, you had to, to get someone because so that's why no one was there. Once upon a time, everybody had to come to the ticketing counters and do everything.
Yeah.
But now so few people check luggage because it's so expensive and everybody has their boarding passes on their phone. So you're lucky if there's one person manning the ticketing and baggage claim or baggage check-in counter, right? So this one person was just like, oh, I'm done checking everyone in. I'd freak.
I was.
Yeah.
I was. And
bad.
I was very was palpable. I like handed my passport to her and I was like just like this. And she turned to me and she was like, I guess she was already turned to me, so she didn't turn to me, but she was like, you're gonna be fine. She's like, the plane it hasn't even come up to the gate yet. Like it's so delayed. You're gonna be fine. I was like, literally tears like started to just come into my eyes. And I was like, oh my God, really? Thank you so much. Oh my God, you provided me. But she was like, she was like New York. She was nice, but she wasn't giving in to how like effusive I was being. She was like, okay. Yeah, but anyway, I don't know who that person was, but thank you, angel lady at Frontier who came out from your break to do that. I don't know. Anyway, oh my God. So I'm not done. Wait, what are people saying? Their keyboards are loud.
So loud.
Yeah. Were you crying? Okay, so I mean, not like literally crying, but like very, very frazzled and like a mess. So hello, Courtney. So, Jamie K, this is quite the getting onto a flight story.
But wait, there's more.
There's more. So while I trust her, she seemed very confident, okay? This woman, she knows. I still didn't trust it because until I get to the gate.
Until you're on.
Yeah.
Until you're in the air, honestly. I don't breathe a moment of peace until I'm in the air.
Right. So and just so you know, like, I know this is details, but it's important. I was checking like the updated delays on Frontier, but they weren't updating the delays. So literally it showed that the flight was about to leave. Like that's where I'm at. Like I'm okay. I understand. This woman told me I'm fine, but the website is saying it's about to leave. So anyway, that's all to say I go to security. It's not a long line. People can tell I'm a mess. And about 5 people let me go in front of them. They were like, just go. It's fine. And I was just like throwing my water bottle out. I looked crazy, I'm sure. Just like a giant lady, just losing her mind, really.
We've all seen this person in the airport and the humanity of it all, the empathy, the understanding of it just being like, it's fine. Like I'm not in a hurry. You clearly are, and it's gonna ruin things for you.
Yes,
go.
I would want that for anyone.
Oh my God! And who's a dick? People are dicks.
I know. Jenny with a Y just got here. Cate, I can't believe you were flying on Thursday. What a disaster! Thank you.
Exactly.
It was. So okay, so I get through security. I cannot get my shit on my shoes and my feet fast enough, and I literally am running like a gazelle. Well, not like a gazelle, like something that doesn't run a lot. So what is that? Anyway, I was running.
Oh, I wanted to have the right metaphor for you. Like, I'm not quite that quick. I'm kind of drunk.
It's okay. So you understand. Like just like a 6-foot woman in like black cowboy boots, just like running for her life. Just I don't even know. People were staring at me like I was a freak. I'm not kidding you.
I want to know her story. So,
well, people, I'm sure they did. So I ran. It was a total shit show at the airport. People were camped out on the floor. A giraffe.
Cece said Forrest Gump.
Forrest. Yeah. Well, he was a good runner, though.
Run, Cate.
Run, Cate, run.
Oh, that was good. The way you. Oh man,
Jenna.
that was real good.
Yeah.
Good at that.
Thank you. A terrible Southern accent. I'm good at it.
It's so funny when people put on airs about what Southern accents are now, and like particularly what comes to mind is Daniel Craig in Knives Out, and he was literally just foghorn.
Oh yeah.
It was bananas.
It was amazing.
I mean it's the 21st century. We all grow up with TV
yes.
and everything, just hearing things all the time from everywhere that's not just our surroundings. Nobody sounds like that anymore.
No. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I was like,
anyway.
This story is making me sweat.
I know. I'm trying to think, like, am I going to feel better once, like, I get less anxiety about the story while I stop sweating?
I think
because it's honestly 65 degrees in here and I don't know what's happening.
I think that's the air. You have the air conditioning that like comes on and then it gives you a second and it comes on again. Maybe it's just not on.
It comes on until the until the measuring thing reads the temperature that you want it to be.
Okay.
And this is the coldest spot in the house. It literally comes, it wafts from here. I'm so warm.
Okay, thank you for saying that because now you understand why I'm always so hot on my live streams. Like even when I have the air on,
I think it's like an adrenaline thing a little bit. And then you're talking about things that are making you anxious all over again.
Sexy legs 06, yes.
The ring light, I don't think gives off much heat, but I don't know. I feel flushed as fuck.
Well, you look great.
You look great.
Thank you. Okay. Hello, Rubina. Hello. Okay. So
through security, people are like, go!
Yeah. Well, and I was still like, I got up to the gate and there was no signage. There was no, you walk up and it says like what city you're going to. There was nothing. And I was still very like nervous. I was like, wait, what's happening? Another angel person, he didn't even work for Frontier. I think he was a janitorial staff. He was very nice. He could see... I must have looked like a freak because all these people were just coming up to me.
You, being like, you're in distress. Yes. What can I do?
He was like, where are you going? And I was like, Atlanta. And he's like, you're fine. The plane's not even here. I was like, oh my God. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. So I got to so we're fine. We're fine. We get on the flight. I mean, I literally ran so hard and was so stressed out. And this has never happened to me because I hate running. I felt nauseous. Like I felt like I could have gone to a trash can and thrown
Simply
up.
Swatched. Airport stress is a special kind of stress.
Oh my God. Yeah, I've just never had that level. I've never been in that position. It was so bad. Okay, so thank you to all the people. This is going to be recapped in the vlog. So like if you watch it, you're going to be like, I've seen this before.
But then you feel like you have the inside scoop and you're like, yeah, Cate and I already talked about that.
Yeah, exactly. I already heard this part. So...
This one's probably good though. Kim McConnell. I was coming back from Istanbul once and with my then boyfriend and we got to the airport. His ticket was confirmed and they were telling me I was on standby. I almost had a heart attack. Like he was going to leave you in Istanbul.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Wow. That is mighty stressful.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes. Okay, but the worst part of the story, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's all pretty bad, but okay, I get on the plane. Holly, I'm sweating just listening to the story.
I'm one of those people who waltzes onto a plane like 4 minutes before it takes off, and I'm just like, what?
Yeah, me too. What? I mean,
because I'm always drinking until the very last second.
Well, and it's like, I mean, I'm usually there. I'm usually not cutting it close like this, but I don't want to sit on that plane with everyone. Like,
I hate
that
so much. And people are like, I'm the last one on. I can see everyone being like,
yeah,
like you're the reason we're waiting here, and I'm like. It's just like 15 minutes before this thing's supposed to take off.
Something has really changed.
Fuck you. What are you talking about?
That used to be okay. I don't think it's okay anymore.
I guess not. I guess you're just supposed to get to the airport and get your ass on the plane. And I don't adhere to that. I'm like, the plane is leaving at the time it's leaving.
Yeah.
And so I will get there before it leaves. I promise you. You don't have to worry about that. But I don't want to sit in that hot, horrible, like, oh, I have anxiety talking about it.
I
I'm
know.
afraid to fly. And so I have problems with it. So,
Yes. Okay. So wait, stay tuned because the next thing that's coming up is a real doozy.
oh, yeah. Right.
So I think I'm like so relieved. I get on the plane. It's obviously super delayed. I paid for an extra row seat because I will not do that now because. And so um yeah, basically we sit on the runway for an hour and 20 minutes. Okay. All right, I get it. I'm not upset. I'm just like, well, this is what's happening. But in the process, I mean, I didn't go to the bathroom. There were many people who didn't because you just don't when you're not supposed to. So this has been since the moment I like walked out to go to Anthony's car till I don't know how many hours that is, but it's a lot of hours that I haven't peed. So, and the captain keeps coming on. The captain? The pilot. Why did I say? Captain.
This
Of
is
a
your
ship.
captain speaking.
This is, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I know captains of a ship, but like.
But, hello, everyone. This is your captain speaking.
It is, you're right.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so he keeps on coming on. He seems lovely. And he's like, guys, we're trying to get us up in the air, but like we're in line and like we're not quite sure when it's going to happen. This is like the 5th time. So at this point, I'm panicked. I'm like, well, I can't do this. I mean, it was a moment. It was sheer. I was scared because this story is so dramatic, but it was all true.
I'm sure we all have a similar situation. I have a story almost identical. So I completely understand where you're like, something medical and bad is going to happen to me if I don't pee right now.
Yeah, I mean,
I was poise pad moment. I gotta
poise.
say, I have honestly like, with how society is just degrading and just like not allowing you to be a human anymore. It's like not okay to just be a person.
Yeah.
I'm considering the adult diapers situation. Like, Jesus Christ, like you're just not allowed.
I've never considered it until now, but yeah.
I mean, these kind of situations, I'm like, is this what it's come to?
Yeah.
This is what it's come to. I'm a 30-year-old woman
right.
who has to wear an adult diaper because people think that it's okay to dictate when my bodily functions occur.
Right. Well, we haven't gotten there yet, but yes, we're getting there. Peeing. So I turn to the man next to me. That's how like uncertain I am. And I know we're not supposed to get up because, and I'm sure this is everywhere, but I'll just say at LaGuardia, like if you're standing, like they can't get you off the ground. Okay. I get it. And that's how badly I had to pee. I was literally, it was sheer terror. I was like, I can't do this. I turned to the man next to me and I was like, I'm so sorry. Have you seen anyone go to the restroom? And he's like, yeah, actually I saw a couple people go. I was like, I'm going in. So I like went like at the speed of light as quickly as I could because I know I'm that person. Okay. I'm one of the people now. I had to do it. And I actually, anyway, so I get to the back and there is a very salty flight attendant who's like buckled in and he rolls his eyes at me basically when I come back to wait for the bathroom. And I can also tell these probably like, I don't want to say a failed actor, but an actor who's moved on because he has a great voiceover voice and he's fantastic, but he was...
Did you say to him, hey, have you ever thought about doing voiceover?
I decided in that moment to not do that. But I'm pretty sure he was just like a really like sad flight attendant who hated his life. But anyway, I don't care because he was an asshole. So he's buckled in. I'm standing there. There's someone else in the bathroom. Okay. And he picks up the intercom. He's like, ladies and gentlemen, I would just like to tell everyone that we cannot take off if you are standing. So if you are standing, I'm going to ask you to please sit down because we cannot take off. And I was fit to be fucking tied. And I turned to him and I was like, sir, if this wasn't an emergency, I wouldn't be here. Okay? I understand the reality of the situation. And he's like, literally, this is what he did. Okay. Like we were in like a 25-year relationship, like overly familiar. I was like, it was so fucking rude. And I was just like, I want you to, like, I didn't even have to say this, but I was so angry. I was like, I'm actually considering like peeing into a water bottle. Like, that's how bad it is. He's like, well, I don't want you to do that. And I was like, I'm sure you don't. So then I'm going to need to use the restroom. And he was like,
Because I'm a human being. I can't, this whole situation with this kind of stuff infuriates me.
Yes.
As though it's not okay for us to be humans anymore. And
Right.
pee into his lap.
right, I saw that. Pee into his lap.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Courtney Flores.
It's not even yet over yet. So then he's like, excuse me, can I just ask you a question? And I'm really not trying to be a smartass. I'm really not. He was like, was there like a problem with the bathrooms at the airport? Were they broken or something? Like, what's going on? And I was like, sir, I had a very I had a very harrowing experience getting here. I barely made it. So I don't know what to tell you. And he was like, oh, well, I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you made it. And I was like, don't you try to be nice to me now. I didn't say that, but I was so mad, and I peed at the speed of light. I mean, it took me like maybe 20 seconds.
Oh, I'm the quickest peer.
Yeah.
Oh, the quickest.
Anyway, the point is, if someone is keeping everyone else from taking off on a plane because they have to pee,
They have to pee.
They have to
then.
pee. You have to trust that, okay?
They're not like, you know what would be hilarious? So if I delayed this flight by just like standing in the aisles,
Yeah.
pretending that I had to go to the bathroom, wouldn't that be?
Yeah.
I really get my jollies that way.
That sounds like a fun time. Let's do that. Anyway, this is worse than your vaccination story. It is. And that was bad. But anyway, oh, Tropical Prime. It's so ridiculous you even had to have this discussion. I would have lost it. The bathroom question at the airport, I would have said, go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
And I really hated the fact that, like, because I'm a pretty, I don't know, I'm like strangely
Considerate person.
I am, thank you. And I'm kind of gullible. Like if I feel like someone's being genuine with me, I'll believe you. And I really thought for a second he was gonna be like, I'm not trying to like offend you. I was really kind of going with him there. Like, oh, maybe this is gonna be nice. No, it was a fucking dick move. And you know what? Whoever you are, sir, I wish nothing but the worst.
Sir. Yeah, simply swatched. Imagine having to justify needing to pee. What?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about it when I got in, you and John.
Stick.
Oh yeah, a Christmas stick.
Wendy, you are the Christmas stick.
Yeah,
Captain Dick.
He was a flight attendant, but yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe YouTube like holds.
I know. Heather's seeing like what, so if you guys swear or you say the word dick
or shit, like crap, like
it
smallest.
holds your comment, and
it's
I
like,
have
is
to.
This cool? Like, yeah, I'm not 12. It's cool.
I know.
Even if I was 12. When do you think you started dropping F-bombs?
Oh, so late.
Oh,
God, no.
Sure.
Yeah. The condescension. Oh, sure.
Well, you were such
a
a prim and proper child. It's just, you were just like
I know. No, oh my God, no.
Sure.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I was around 9.
Oh,
Lisa L says.
wow.
Sure.
That is sassy. What about you?
Definitely by 5th grade, I was like left and right.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Good for you. Good for you.
It really doesn't make me any cooler.
I was like a giant rule follower, like most of, not recently, but like, you know, growing up, I was a big.
I still am. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Still just like, I live my life. I heard Sarah Marshall from You're Wrong About say recently, well, as someone who's lived her entire life just trying not to be yelled at. And I was like, oh.
But what's so funny about that is, I mean, if you listen to that podcast, she's like a very assertive, smart, like take charge kind of gal. So it's interesting to me. And so are you. But
right. And so is our friend Stephanie. And you know, I think women, maybe it's women of all ages, but of course I surround myself with women close to my age.
Right.
So it feels, but then I think about how my mom is a similar way too, where your default is people are about to be pissed at me. Right. I'm going to come into the situation and somebody's going to be mad at something that I've done or upset with me. And I just live my whole life trying to make sure nobody's mad at me. It's exhausting.
That's exhausting. Let's try to stop that.
I really am. I'm in therapy. It's okay.
Nice. I mean, as we all should be. As we all should be. Let's see what people are saying. Tropical Prime. I'm so sorry. Oh, so sorry. I'm not normally so boisterous, but I'm in the service industry. People like that should be in an office by themselves. Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's like,
I think that flight attendants, and if anyone here is a flight attendant, I would love to hear kind of more your personal experience.
Yeah.
But I think it's the kind of job where people are attracted to it because they think it sounds glamorous and exciting and sort of like,
and you get to
the
perks are good.
Oh, the perks are great. And
Right.
I know that's a big part of it. But I think people think that it's going to be sort of this like Pan Am, like 60s style, like glamorous,
Right.
like Paris to New York, the flight attendant experience.
Yes.
That show was so good. And
I didn't see it.
And really, you just end up being like adult babysitters, and it's I can't imagine like a harder, more horrific job.
Oh, it sounds so hard. I mean, I would murder everyone.
I love to
Almost
travel
everybody.
so much, and certainly if you are a big lover of travel and you do love the idea of those perks, it can sound very appealing, but the logistics of it are nightmare.
Oh yeah, so bad, so bad. Lou.
Quizada?
I think it's Quezada.
Quezada, good job.
Yes, some people should not be in the service industry, she says.
Correct.
Yeah.
Susan Rowan Broderick, love your turquoise earrings.
Thank you. Thank you.
I do love those.
Thank you.
I love that you got the tiny little holes too. When I was cutting Kate's hair yesterday,
Oh yeah.
I never do this. I'm always really cautious about it, and I just was so focused on like etching out her hairline that I scooped the comb right into her
Through
earring.
my hoops. I was like, ah! It was fine. It was fine. We caught it in time.
The turquoise is amazing. Need a shout out where your jewelry is from Vicky Cate.
The jewelry, I forgot to put, I'll put it in the description box afterward, but it's from Goldie Lou, GOLDILEW. And they make a lot of just like really beautiful handmade was usually silver jewelry and stuff like that. Anyway, okay, great. Thank you. I guess that's the end of the story. But I was going to read some comments. I thought I was. Oh,
Veronica McMinn. Anyone who says anytime someone says I'm not trying to be an ass, they are sure they are going to be an ass.
Yes.
You can count on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like,
and don't take offense, but
I know, it's like if you have to start something like that, then just stop. Just please stop.
Lisa L, my sister is a hairdresser. She's always so cautious around the ears. It's her biggest fear to cut someone's earlobe. God forbid. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've luckily never done that. The closest I've come to doing that is I was Simply Swatched is Heather's Your Podcast on Spotify. Unfortunately, the platform that we use, SoundCloud, to host our podcast, has not had a contract made with Spotify. They have some kind of beef. I don't know. So Spotify is kind of the one platform you can't find us on, but like everywhere else you should be able to find it. And then SoundCloud, of course, which is, you can download that app for free.
I linked it through Apple in the description box, so.
My sister has a hairstylist. The closest I got was I was etching out someone's ear, and it was this really like hyper young man, and he was always just like a fucking bobblehead in the chair, and I was always just like, oh God, you're so moving.
Wow.
And he was just a ball of energy.
That's annoying.
And I was trying to etch out around his ears.
Yeah.
And he fully like tweaked his head and lost his mind, and I gave him like the tiniest like scratch, and I was like, dude, that's on you though.
Yeah.
But
well,
no,
you can't move your head around like that.
I've
That's
never,
too much.
yeah, of course. I've never cut anyone though.
Toss said, were you calm after arriving or did it take a while? I think I was still a little.
We talked about it.
Talked about it.
So I think that like telling the story helps too.
Yep.
You just like get it out there.
Yeah.
But then we went and got Domino's, so.
We did get Domino's. I feel like now all I talk about is Domino's, and I'm waiting for my Domino's sponsorship. So literally it's in everything I do. But we did. Heather is a huge planner. She is like such an amazing host.
Oh, that's one of my favorite compliments.
It's true.
Thank you.
I mean
It's
it.
one of the things that makes me happiest in life is like making sure that people around me are happy and cared for.
But not at the cost of your happiness.
I know, I'm trying.
Work on that.
I am. Talking out in therapy, I am. I'm like, why am I so like lists and planning and like everything has to be perfect? And I think part of it is I'm trying to avoid the kind of situation that we like found ourselves in last night.
I know. Well, we'll talk about that. Oh, someone just sent a super chat.
Oh, hey.
Taz, thank you. Enjoying you
Taz,
both.
she's a cool chick.
She is.
Like, all the things she says.
I've got some like hip people
I
on
know.
here.
I just like so many people. I'm like, we could hang out. We could hang out.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We're not gonna.
I mean, no, but yes. I understand what you're saying.
Lisa L, Heather, I love podcasts. I have to check it out. And you have a great broadcasting voice. Thank you.
Yeah, you do. You really do.
Thank you.
So yeah, that was my herring journey. I still, to this very moment, can't believe I made it. I'm just like the ride to the airport alone.
If you hadn't, I just can't. Like, I can't deal with disappointment like that.
Oh, I can't either. You seemed very calm though. I think you were being calm.
I was working.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
that's
working
what it was.
and had kind of like a hectic day at work, and so I couldn't be as, and I couldn't allow myself to. I was just like, well, what happens happens. Like, you can't. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to know that you were in the air.
I know.
Like, I was like, it's taking off right now, and she's like, we're taking off. And then later she was like, we're still on the runway. And I was like, that's what I meant by taking off. I meant, are you in the air?
But they were
until you're in the air, I don't believe it.
They were so confident. Like, the doors were shut. They're like, we're literally in line. Like, I was pretty sure it was going to happen. But then again, I haven't had a situation where I've been on the runway and then they're like, nope, never mind. I've never had that happen.
I don't know that I've ever necessarily had it just... No, I've flown so many times, like, I can't even remember. And most of the time I'm like heavily medicated for it. So I'm not having...
They didn't serve alcohol on the flight.
Oh, no, I mean, I'm heavily medicated on my own.
No, I know, but that made me think, and I didn't tell you that
and you
they didn't
bring
serve...
the airplane bottles? I thought they were starting at June 6th.
Not on Frontier.
Oh my God.
No.
I almost told you to bring airplane bottles.
I didn't realize that Frontier was like the equivalent of like when you go to like a Blink gym or like a gym that doesn't provide any services. You know, it's just the bare bones.
Yeah, they're just like, we'll get you there.
They got me there, but like
Cece is so
it's
upset
Frontier.
with you. It's Frontier.
I used to think I thought Frontier was okay.
All airlines used to be okay, and then now it's just they're all garbage.
Cattle plane. She said cattle plane.
Cattle
plane. Okay, that's what I felt like. I felt like I was being spoken to like cattle, like a piece of not a piece of cattle, but
piece of meat,
like a piece of meat. Frontier.
Oh,
okay, but no, they didn't. This is the thing. They didn't even do a cart with like free water. They just came around with bottles you had to buy. That was the only option.
I would punch someone in the face.
I've never seen anything like
Remember
that.
when travel used to be like, ooh, it's like swanky and nice.
Yeah, that's why I like literally just will not like I'm doing a double negative, but like I have to get leg room. I have to pay for the leg room because I will be, where am I going to put myself?
Aeroflot served alcohol before you took off, Kim McConnell says.
Oh, well, excuse me. What's that?
Well, I'm a psycho, and like, again, this is the control, like, preparedness issue because I'm afraid to fly and I have to be kind of medicated for it. So I have a couple drinks before at the airport. I have a strong pill. And then when I get on the airplane, I drink a lot then too. And hopefully eventually, if it's good, I'll just kind of doze a little bit and be away. And that's best for anyone I'm flying with. They prefer me that way. And and I went to the airport one time and we got through, and it was in the morning. I get it. It was like 8 a.m, but it's an airport. And so we got through the security and went to like our wing of the airport or whatever. And you know how like once you go through and like you're like, this is where you are and this is what we have.
Yeah.
And they didn't have any bars. There was like maybe like a Dunkin' Donuts and just like there was nothing. And the bar that might have been there wasn't open. So I could have no pre-alcohol.
Yeah.
And I get that it was 8 a.m. I don't care. I was horrified, and ever since then, I have gone to liquor stores before, and I pack little tiny travel size bottles just in with my travel size bottles of shampoos and conditioners, and I have that, and then I can just be like, I'll have an orange juice, please, or sometimes I'll just buy an orange juice at the airport and be like, okay, well now I'm set. Now I can take care of myself.
Planner. She's a planner. Yes, it's smart.
When it goes wrong.
Well, yeah. So that's the story.
Should we pull out some of these pictures?
Yeah, let's pull them out. We're gonna pull out some old pictures from college. We're gonna show them to you. I haven't seen these. Heather chose them.
I just pulled out all the ones with you and me together.
Okay.
We hung out together a lot in college, But you have to remember this was a time before cell phones, of course. And
Yeah.
so you only have pictures from when you were like, you know, planning enough to take pictures.
Yeah.
And like, I don't even think I had a camera back then. Most of these like came from disposable
Oh,
camera.
yeah.
And so
Oh, yeah.
if you didn't just like happen to have more pictures left on your disposable camera, like you weren't capturing moments. So
Right.
it had to be really like forthright about all of it. So there's
Yeah.
not a ton. You would think.
Yeah. No,
that,
I don't.
You know, you would think there would just be fuck ton of pictures.
Well, we're
of
elder.
us.
We're geriatric
We have more
millennials.
pictures together last night than we have right here of all 3 years of college.
Of course. Of course. That makes sense.
All right, what's a good one to start with?
I don't know. You tell me. We did a
see.
lot of shows together where we played old crazy women.
Well,
so
I think
I'm
this
sure
just
that's
one, this one's just fun because we look so not ourselves in these. So,
Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, I can look down here.
Is that good?
This is great. I can see it down here. Wow, we're really giving a geisha face situation.
I mean, also because lighting and photography,
and Mac,
you know, and
Mac products.
yeah. And the flashes on these. I
Flashback.
mean, everything's
Yeah.
just horrible. And you don't have red eye reduction or anything.
Oh my God.
We look crazed.
We do look crazed.
Crazed.
Wow. I just I have to show it again. It's there's a glare, sorry, on the picture.
It
but
took
yeah.
me a minute to figure out who it was. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. I'm bundled to the gods. What's happening?
Well, it's Wyoming.
Well, it was
It's
Wyoming.
fucking freezing.
I know, sorry. Yeah.
Gosh, Heather, that doesn't look like you. I know. I mean, I show people pictures.
Why
of
does that look
me.
like me?
Well, you still have short hair and
Okay, it kind of looks like me, but that's a really upsetting picture.
wow. I had a very different vibe going on back then.
I thought you were adorable back then.
Oh, thanks.
I do. I'm not just saying that. I think you're adorable.
I had
Both ways.
I had a real different vibe.
Jenny
yes, I have Heather.
Jenny with a Y.
The hairstyle and so many pictures of me from college. I was all about the hair, and that led into my life, you know, being a hairstylist. But the just giant, just hair, just like wild 90s, like clipped and bunched and fucked up and messed with, and just all of it. I was all about it.
You had a really fun hair, always. Very big, fun hair.
Well, I hadn't figured out how to kind of wear my hair down mostly, so it always had to be up in some kind of elaborate nonsense.
Yeah, you were always giving me a very you had a beat face.
What?
Beat. You know, like a heavily beat face, lots of makeup.
Oh, yeah.
You weren't
Mac Studio Fix.
Yeah.
And I was like a porcelain doll, just like white, very, very sort of almost painted geisha
tiny
situation.
claw clips. Tiny claw clips.
Tiny claw clips,
Yes.
tiny butterfly clips. Yep.
Yes.
I loved it. A little twisty, like crisscross your bobby pin situation.
Yeah.
And then just like,
Yeah. Is the air even on in here anymore?
oh my God, I'm going to check.
Can you check? Because my God.
Warm.
I mean, what's happening? I feel like I haven't heard it come on in this entire time.
I don't understand what's going on. I'm like worried it's like breaking.
No. We can't have that. We're not going to.
It's only
talk
happened
about it.
once in the 4 years we've lived here that the air has like faltered.
I can feel something.
Okay.
I can feel something. Okay. So, where were we here? What is this? We were at someone's house?
I can't remember. I mean, the paneled
That's not
paneled
good.
walls.
That's terrible.
I'm not sure. I know it was a basement. I know it was after some show.
Yeah.
Where it was like, everyone come back here.
Oh my God, yeah.
But that's
It was
it.
after our
That's
show.
all I can remember.
Okay.
Here's a fun one.
Oh, wow. Wow. I hated that show so much.
Oh my God.
What a fucking terrible show. Probably shouldn't say what it is, though. That's not nice.
Probably not.
I'm probably going to say it, though.
We
Sorry. It's not the show's...
we were in a show
It's in
about
college.
the 7 wives of Henry VIII.
Yeah.
And I played Anne Boleyn, and you played Anne of Cleves, right?
Yeah, I was the lesbian, of course, because, tall people with short hair are just
That's it.
obviously German lesbians. Yes.
But I will say the costuming to that was out of this world. Roycroft girl, love the blue wall. Thank you.
Yes. Wait. Oh. Carrie Thompson, teeny, iridescent, goody banana clips. The banana clips. Got it. Yes.
Boop, 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 boop. Gosh, Kate, you haven't changed much. Gorgeous.
Oh,
yeah, she was very
you.
stunning back then,
You
too.
know, I guess-
Very statuesque and put together, and already had kind of figured out her style and who she was, and just, like, wasn't willing to change for anybody, and was just like, this is who I am. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not going to be pressured into changing anything about myself, and bye.
You. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you.
That was a good one.
That's
look
such
at,
a
look at
look
that
at it again.
costuming.
Look at it
Oh
again.
My God.
It was amazing costuming.
It was just some of my favorite.
Yeah. I think I did it like a really half-assed German accent for that, like, and I just called it a day.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't remember that.
Oh, well, because it was
Oh,
barely
come on.
there.
Did you really?
Yes.
That's kind of cool.
It wasn't good. Oh shit! I'm so sorry.
These tables,
Getting
right?
raucous. Jamie K said beautiful costumes. No, like that
Beautiful
theater department.
costumes. Oh, we had.
Was
I mean, the
great.
theater department was great, and I have never worked at like a higher caliber than the production level of the University of Wyoming.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was nice.
I felt like I was on goddamn Broadway. It was
really
beyond.
nice.
They did everything just right.
People are loving your blue wall.
Oh my God! Thank you guys.
Yeah, it is a nice color. I
It
like
was great. We redid all of this recently, and I wanted a little more color. And then Cate told me about a place called iCanvas.
Oh yes,
where
that's
you
where I
can-
got the lips in my apartment.
Yeah,
The
and
lips
they
thing.
partner with artists and are like, you know, you can showcase your art here, and we make the prints, and they're really high quality and unbelievably affordable. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
So I'm so
It's
happy
great.
with the artwork
I love that.
and stuff.
Lou said, I think she's talking to me. I love you as a blonde, although, well, I don't know. Although you can rock a red shade too. I guess.
Oh, who are you talking?
I don't know. I guess it could either be either one of us.
Because I used to be blonde and now I'm red, and vice versa.
Yeah.
But yes, blonde and red tends to be interchangeable because it works really well on people with like kind of cool undertones. Like you can see like the pink in our cheeks, and it's very like, and so you can do like icy blonde or you can do red, and that works well for people.
I love that.
Here's a good one, and I remember her being so mad about this.
Oh my God! Wait,
so
wait. What is
mad
this?
that I took a picture of her eating
Oh my God!
chicken
I'm
wings.
still mad. That's fucking terrible.
She was furious with me.
Why would you have done that?
I-
That is such a dick.
Well, because
move.
I just thought like we're having a candid moment, and then you came at me with like, I hate having picture taken when I'm eating, and like you were furious with
Who
me.
wants this? I ask you, who wants that? But we're glad we have it now.
Yeah.
I mean, did you know that we would be just sharing it on some strange platform one day?
We didn't even have YouTube back here.
That's
We
right.
barely have internet. Back
Geriatric millennials. Listen.
then. Oh no, pick mid eating.
Kate, you look. Oh, I. Okay, that's probably. That picture is horrific.
That jawline though.
Unhinged
like a paper.
Carrie Thompson makes me laugh on a regular basis.
Oh my God, that's great.
Wait, Jenny with a Y. Does this make anyone think of Kate's mukbangs with Michelle Wong? Oh yeah, I mean, I shouldn't. You know, when a mukbang. Do you know what that is?
Mm-mm.
It's just when you eat in front of people, like a bunch of things. And so, like Michelle and I did an in and
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Well, when we watched the live stream that we did before, suddenly we're like pulling crackers, and I was like, that sounds so nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
You don't have
Jackie,
any?
thank you so much, Jackie Tobin. Yeah, go ahead. Next picture. Oh, this is a good one.
Okay.
Well,
This is fun.
okay.
I'm reading my shirt, and I was what I would say was an early hipster, where like I did it before we really figured out what that meant and what we were doing and what was happening and like what the whole vibe was.
Yeah.
But essentially it was just like if you were like, it was like early 2000s age, and we just started thrift store shopping, and you would buy old 70s like faded, lived in ironic shirts.
Yeah.
And I had a fuck ton of them, and I
Yeah.
would wear them with my PacSun bell-bottom jeans.
Yes, you did.
My platform sandals.
Yes.
And just one of these vintage, shitty old t-shirts.
And you looked great.
And this one says something arts department presents Meet Me in St. Louis.
Yeah.
This wasn't me.
I assumed you were in it, but no.
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 And this was us, I believe, I want to say, at some theater convention.
Oh my gosh. Wow, the glare on that is real.
Yeah, why?
It's a glossy. It's because it's glossy.
Just a glossy. If I tilt it back a little bit, you can
Oh
see
no,
a
it's
little
not.
better.
There you go. There. It was okay. It's okay.
You were a hipster before being a hipster was cool. Is the most hipster thing ever.
Yes,
it's true. But like we didn't know. We weren't trying for anything.
No.
It was just being poor and thinking that like funny stuff was cool. I remember. I just
those
had tons
thin,
of those.
those thin brows. We have thin. Look at our brows.
They're not filled in with makeup.
Right.
I wouldn't say that our brows are a different shape or size now.
No, they're the same. We just didn't do our brows.
Because that's actually funny because every time I look at you, I think like, oh, your brows are so great and everything. And I love my brows too. I'm a big brows girl. But they hearken from an age when we still sculpted and shaped brows.
Yeah.
And now, now the trend is to just be full on let it go. And I kind of wish that I could take it back a little bit. But you can't. And at least we weren't like in the height of the 90s when you just had like sperm brow.
Oh, terrible. Carrie Thompson said, neither of you age what sorcery. That's not true, but thank you.
Her sorcery changed everything for me. But with skincare and stuff. Around, early mid 30s, I was just like, I don't know what's happening. It's all falling apart. And she was like, here's X, Y, and Z are the things you need to focus on. And
I try to be of service. I don't know.
Not smoking too helps.
Not smoking.
No children, I think, keeps you looking young.
We drink a lot, so I don't know what to say about that.
And then I think just having sunscreen for since you were a teenager.
Yeah, and just skincare.
Sperm brows, yeah.
Skincare.
Didn't do brows until early 40s. They were so blonde, and it's shocking to see old pictures. It's like I didn't have brows, so odd. Taz says, yeah, and I think because these look like our exact same eyebrows, but we just didn't fill them in back then.
I didn't even do what was I doing?
No,
I didn't do
the brows were not a thing back then. You just had them.
Yeah.
God, you're right. Weird.
Yeah, weird.
Really weird.
God,
pictures are so terrible back then. The lighting and oh my God,
wow.
You just can't get it right.
Wait, before you show that, Jamie K, listen, the no kids and no smoking balances out the drinking. That's my theory. Anyway, I agree. Come on, not having kids and not smoking, that adds years to your life.
For sure.
Watch me drop dead tomorrow. These are like, beauty YouTuber proclaims she's gonna live forever. She's dead. I don't know. Anyway, yes, I agree.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, not that people who have kids look old.
Well,
but
no.
You're certainly being tried.
You're right. Someone's gonna come in the comments and be like,
I have 4 kids and people are always carding me.
And I just take really good care of my skin, so I'm really offended that you'd say that about people who have children.
I know that when you have kids, you probably get less sleep, and there's kind of just a wisdom that comes to you. You look like you've had a different experience than me.
You had people shoot out of your body.
You grew a person and you're in charge of them until you die. And
that's exhausting.
That does something to you in a way that's not even physical. It's comes from within.
Yes.
So, yeah.
How could that not take a toll?
It does.
It does.
It simply does. And
Vivian said my 2 boys aged me. Yeah.
And probably made you a really amazing person as well.
We can only hope.
It's just...
Sometimes it works that way. Yeah.
I'm sure it's really, really tough and hard.
Deborah, I'm a mom of a large family and agree with your statements.
Okay. Lily Baby Root, your bladder is so battered it shrinks in fear to the size of a peanut.
God.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Wow. Good on ya.
Yeah. Okay, show that picture.
Good on ya.
Show that picture.
Oh my God, the glare on these is unbelievable.
I know. It's that glossy, all you can see is a ring light. It's fine.
It's the ring light doing it. Okay,
yeah.
Well, you get it.
It's okay.
You get it.
That's good.
That's Cate and that's me.
Yeah. Wow,
Those are some costumes too, boy. I think now how actually incredibly offensive my costume was. Because it was like a Japanese-inspired kind of situation, and I'm white, and that shouldn't have happened.
Oh, I didn't even yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. This was a very exciting show because
it was a very big deal, kind of popular, award-winning new musical.
Yeah, it was called Good Morning Athens. We took it to the Kennedy Center. It was really exciting,
and it's been done all over the place since then.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a thing.
Yeah.
But we were there first.
Yeah, all I can see is Kate's long legs. Yeah, I had some hose on those babies.
Oh, did you?
I think so.
I love a shiny hose. Yeah.
Well, when you're showing that much leg, it's like on stage,
It
you
looks
kind of
so
have
nice to have that. I
Yeah.
love those.
Wow, they really did give me some short shorts.
They really did.
So I played Lysistrata. It was
I-
initially called Lysistrata.
Mhm.
And then you played Medea.
And it was sort of a into the woods style of Greek mythology, like everybody coming together, like all these different characters. Really clever.
Yeah,
really
it was.
good
It was a
music.
good, and we took it to the freaking Kennedy Center.
And we did it forever because they kept just wanting to do it again. They were like, oh, we're going to take it here. We're going to do that and have it here.
Yeah.
And someone said, I read that in college. Oh, Lysistrata.
Lysistrata,
Yeah, of
probably,
course.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was like cool, like a, yeah.
It was a very sort of like hair-esque situation. We all
very
came out
feminist.
naked at the end. Not naked. We all came out undressed under
in
sheets.
sheets, like
But
togas.
everyone was like, nobody had clothes on
I think
underneath
you're
them,
right.
really.
Wow, I didn't even think about that.
Because it was like we had to just like, we all were there at the ending number, and then we had to come out and just be like stripping your clothes off and like getting your sheet and then going back on.
Yeah.
And that was fun too. I had a great
Yeah.
time on this show. It's one of my
that was
my
one of the
happier
best
memories.
shows.
It's one of the I think it's also a big part of why we got to be so close. It's because we spent so much time together.
We did.
with
And
this.
also the people in the, I mean, whatever. Our friends Stephanie and Cheyenne are in that photo and they were fantastic as well.
And still I'm still
Look at how good we all look.
Aw.
That's nice.
This night.
Oh my God. What a great photo. What am I doing?
I don't
Oh
know.
my God. Okay. They'll be able to see it better because it's not as, well, I don't know. Maybe not. We're all blown the hell out. That's for sure.
These pictures are terrible.
Heather's in the middle. We're sitting on some sort of a pig.
Like
This
a
is in
brass
Seattle.
pig. And this is the night that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
I reminded Cate of this night.
Oh my God.
Just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, do you remember when we were in Seattle and one of our, we were there in Seattle to have a theater convention.
This way.
And so a bunch of our, all of our,
That way.
Everyone was there together. And so a whole group of people were like, let's go out tonight. Let's all go to dinner. Like,
Yes.
let's have fun. We're in Seattle. Like, what a fun time.
Yes.
And one of the, I wouldn't say like members of our friend group, but like kind of, I mean, we're all in theater and we're all there together and whatever. And I wouldn't say this was like, it's not like this man was like somebody we spent a whole bunch of time with all the time, but he was part of the group of people who were there, right? And a whole bunch of people are going out, and so he has, I guess, been to Seattle before, and he's like, you guys,
he's not a man, we're like kids. He's one of the people in our class, and he was, go ahead.
He's also, 19, 20.
He's a child.
That camera flash is giving y'all uncooked chicken skin, as Teresa is dead would say, JK.
Yes. Lots of very matte.
Yeah, a very matte look.
A very
back
matte
then.
situation.
A very porcelain,
Yeah.
just caked
White.
on situation.
Yeah.
So the palest I could be.
Yes.
And so this guy is like, hey, I know this amazing, here's how he puts it too. I know this to be true.
Yeah.
He says, I know this amazing seafood restaurant we should go to. And we're like, great, that sounds wonderful.
But we had this idea, at least I had, where I was like, this is our night in Seattle. It was like a
Yes.
high stakes situation.
Yeah, so we're like, we're gonna go out in Seattle, we're gonna like have a night.
Yes.
So he's like, I know this great place. We're like, great, we'll go there. Sounds good. We don't have to look around. Again, before the internet, it's not like you could just Yelp a place.
Right.
And so we just trust him. We're like, great, a great seafood restaurant. Let's go there. And so we get dolled up. We get kind of dressed up.
Oh,
in
yeah.
full makeup. And
Oh,
we're
yeah.
like we're going to have a night out.
Yeah.
And we start to go, and we're on our way there. And basically what he takes us to is a place kind of on like the docks where it's like a fish and chips sort of like walk into the counter, like grab it and like sit on the pier.
Yeah.
And have your seafood. Not a restaurant.
Yeah, it was appalling.
I mean, I couldn't have been.
Oh, I was so fucking mad. I was so angry at him.
Because all the girls had gotten sort of like dolled up to go out. Every single one of us, like
It wasn't Pike's Place Market, no. Or Pike Place, but in Seattle. No.
It might have been there.
It wasn't.
No,
It was,
okay.
No.
It just was. It wasn't a restaurant. It was just like here's a fish shack.
It was. I mean, I'm sure it was delicious. I'm sure the
I
shack
don't remember
is great.
the food or not. Like
Well, I was angry.
I feel like maybe we abandoned that and we went in search of something else because you could see every girl in the place just being like,
oh yeah. I felt like I'm glad to hear that because I honestly felt like I was the one who was the most upset.
We all were like,
Okay.
how dare you? How dare you?
Well, it's just like, read the room, man. I know you're like 18 and don't know your ass from a hole in the ground, but like, come on.
I was
Come on.
furious.
We're all like looking good.
And I think, I can't remember if we ate there or not. I think we might have been so livid that we were like, no, we're going to find a restaurant.
Yeah.
And that's what I remember this being from, is I remember this being from the time when, you know, we're kind of wandering through the city, sort of looking for a restaurant to go to an opening.
Yes.
And this was just too inviting, and we just decided to take a hilarious picture with it. But,
it was so bad. I was so angry. And I had completely forgotten that story until you brought that picture up, and it came right back to me. I'll never forgive him.
Furious.
I'll never forgive him.
Here he is.
Okay, so here's shit.
Oh my God! And then this guy who we were just talking about.
We were talking about him. Holy shit! Wait,
I won't tell you which of these people any of these things are, because that's rude.
I have to pee. Is there some yarn you can weave? Some tale you can tell while I'm peeing?
God, that's a lot of pressure.
Could you just talk about like your podcast? Like, just tell the people about your.
Well, why don't you guys ask me stuff that you might want to know about, like escapades that we've had, or
okay.
I know everyone always is just super curious about how Cate was like back in the day. So does anyone have a great?
Oh, so you want to talk shit about me while I'm gone? Is that what you're saying?
I'm going to talk shit about you while you're here.
Okay.
But,
all right, I have to pee. Bye. Bye.
Somebody said. Oh, somebody asked you what your top favorite perfumes are.
Oh wow. Okay. Well,
you can think about that.
Hold on. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Who wants to know some dirt? Who's got a pressing question? I'm just gonna sit here and drink and stare at myself if you guys don't have anything. I want to see photos of Cate and Randy. I could pull that one off the wall that we have. Cate sent me a picture of her and Randy. And I had asked her, I was like, I want to put you and Randy on the wall, you know, send me a picture of you guys that you like, because I knew eventually she'd come and she would see them, and I didn't want her to be upset about the pictures I had chosen. But I didn't have the heart to tell her that I had actually already ordered the prints by the time she sent me a picture, and that I had just stalked their Instagrams and Facebook to find one of them. But here's the picture of them that they have, that I have on the wall. Let me see. I love memories of party days when we round up in another state or something. Have any of those stories? Sorry, who said that? Deborah Hess. No, not with Cate. She was, and not with me either. I wasn't like some wild child. I won't put myself out there that way, that I was some cool chick who was like living a wild young lifestyle. But no, not with Cate. There would have been no waking up in some random place with her and being like, how did we get here? No, none of that was happening.
Oh my God. Can you imagine?
I cannot.
No.
Courtney Flores says, what was y'all's first terrible job? My first job was with Le Peep, which was a kind of chain restaurant out west, like breakfast and lunch. But it wasn't necessarily terrible. I'd say like, I guess the first terrible job I took was a similar situation in our college town when I worked at Village Inn.
Yeah, I remember that.
What was your first?
What's the question?
First terrible job.
First terrible job.
Lauren wants to know if I have a pet.
Oh yeah, you do.
I'm also gonna go.
Are
to
you
the
gonna?
bathroom.
Oh yeah, go.
Yes, I have a pet.
She has an adorable aging cat. Yes, Toby. He's so sweet. How old is he?
17.
Yeah. He's an old man. Bonnie said hi, Toby. Just like the worst job. I don't know. I mean, honestly, it wasn't until I got to New York City where I feel like I've had some really bad jobs. So, and I've already talked about those. I've already talked about how I can't with, I don't know, Lululemon, I think, yeah. Really just any job where I had to deal with people and wanted to kill everyone. Yeah, coach check isn't the word. No. I mean, that was an interesting job, but that was, and it provided some good stories, and there were some moments, but I can't say it was the worst job I've had. Okay, someone needs to know about my favorite perfumes, and they need to know now. I just have one answer. The only perfume I wear is the Glossier U. That's what I don't. I'm not a big perfume. I mean, I like perfume, but I don't have like. Do you have a bunch of perfume?
Oh no. No, I'm not a big perfume person. I had like one thing that I wore for, it was like Tory Burch perfume, and I wore it forever, and then I ran out and I never like re-upped, and then someone like gave me a thing. They were like, I'm not using this, and
Yeah.
now that's around. But
Yeah.
I do like those people, and I'd like to be one of these people, and
Yeah.
I'll go do this someday, I suppose. But I'd love to be one of those people who has like a signature scent.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, this is what I use, and
Exactly.
But I'd kind of love to go to one of those perfumeries and get it blended for me specifically.
Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, absolutely. Were you going to show the next picture?
Right. So this is us in another plane.
That's actually pretty clear. Like it's not bad.
Yeah, more of a matte finish.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so Heather's on the end in the lavender dress.
And you're closer to the middle in the dark purple.
Yep, I'm the tall gal in the middle.
Just you and I playing.
This was
women just 30 and 40 years older than we actually
right.
were.
This is last night at Ballyhoo. That was a fun show.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's sort of a kind of a fun comedy, slightly farce situation about a Jewish family in the South in 1939.
Yeah, and kind of dealing with like the topic of like being a Jewish person in the South and like that whole
and class
thing.
Issues and
things we didn't fully understand at the time.
For sure. I know I'm thinking that now. I'm like, oh, that's really poignant. I'm like, I wasn't thinking about any of that as a kid.
And
I was
there
just
was
like
no one Jewish in the department.
I was just trying to get laughs.
Yeah,
like,
there probably was. I shouldn't say that, but I don't think many.
Boy, I mean, certainly these people aren't Jewish.
It was a real white bread department.
Very,
Yeah.
Because of your height, were we, Taz asked because of your height cast. No, it's a presence thing. It's this like, even though you're 18 and maybe the person playing your daughter is like 21, it's just you have you carry yourself different, and that's always been the case for you and me.
And I think also, too, for me, because of my height, I think height makes people think you're, I don't know, evil, old, fill in the blank. Like, powerful, I don't know.
Taz says, were you chosen to play older females as a rule, Cate? Both of us have had that for most of our careers. I got called in recently to audition to play what I have to assume would have been a flashback with a different actor. But I did recently audition for what was the mother of Josh Duhamel's character.
I can't get over this.
And I had to convince myself that it must have been a flashback scene and they were casting a younger actor. But I did have to utter the phrase in the audition. I'm old. I'm so old, my blisters have blisters. I was like, I don't think anyone's believing that from this face.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, it's a thing.
That's offensive.
It's a thing.
I'm so old, my blisters have blisters? That's terrible. Yeah. Okay.
Here's a fancy pic of the whole crew.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Whole crew.
This is Johnny. This is who Heather's married to in the middle.
It's my fella.
And this is us posing.
Yes, Kim McConnell. He is older than me in real life, Josh Duhamel. He's like somewhere in his 40s.
Oh yeah, he's older than us.
Correct.
It was a flashback. It had to have been a flashback
I had
scene.
to tell myself that or else I would have jumped off the bridge.
It was, I'm sure.
I love this picture. I used
It's
to
a
have
great
this
picture.
framed and on the wall.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
It's a great one. We're all pretending like Johnny's the bee's knees.
Yeah. Pretending. Oh my God.
But this was what was called Drom Prom.
Oh right.
And at the end of the year, every year there would be a big like formal but shitty dance.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like they didn't get a place for it or an event center or anything. It would just happen on the stage. And like the stage would be where like the music was and you could go dance. And then the shop attached to the stage, which is just literally like a giant warehouse full of tools and props and sets and just terrible lighting. And that's where like the party would be.
Yeah. Yeah. It was Did you enjoy Drum Prom?
Sure. I mean, it was
Okay.
it was an excuse to get dressed up and have a night out. And
Yeah.
I'll always take that. And you can see, like, we're always, we're taking that.
Yeah.
Um,
University of Wyoming. That's what we're talking about.
Here's another Drum Prom the year before the one I just showed you. This was our
wow.
junior year.
Wow, you're really. We've got some color.
Junior year. This is senior year. Yeah, you were sunburned as fuck in this.
Well, you are. I'm tan.
Oh yeah, you're right. So Stephanie, I wonder what we've been doing.
You got some sun too. You must have. I don't know.
Yeah, I used to also. I would like be tan, and then my face would just be ghost white.
Yeah, that's the way. That's the look. That's the look that lures them there.
That's it. That's all the
Yeah.
pictures I have of us.
I know. I knew there wouldn't be many.
Yeah, no, it's
because
not
you
like
had
now.
to like. It was a whole situation.
Yeah.
Carrie Thompson, formal but shitty equals the overwhelming scent of Garlean meteorites. That must be a perfume.
Formal but shitty. Did you? Sorry, I missed that.
I think you said formal but shitty, like the dance.
Oh, the dance was formal but shitty.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't remember things I'm talking about.
Well,
You black out.
I
and
get
you just
it.
Speak on
Yeah.
these deals.
Yeah.
The handkerchief bottom of that dress, I know, so early 2000s.
Oh, wow, yeah, it really
handkerchief,
was.
Skirt lines, yeah.
Yeah, we loved those back then. Wow. Okay.
Wild.
Those are great photos.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy because there were so many times that we just weren't. I guess we just weren't taking photos.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed those years.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
They
of
were
them
good.
fondly.
Yeah. Wait, so we have to, yes, in true 90s fashion, hashtag pale face, correct. Yeah, yep. It's amazing really how that's changed, right? Like now we're into this very like natural dewy look. It's so totally flipped.
Just a whole 180.
Which is better.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So what about last night? Lauren is prompting. Thank you, Lauren. What about last night? Well, we had a great night, first of all.
We did. I mean, I had a great time, but
Oh, it
this
was so
is
fun. It was
part of
just
the
me and
reason
her. It was a girls' night.
that I plan is so that we can kind of avoid these situations.
But sometimes you can't.
Sometimes you can't. It's just like life just takes over, and your life is your life, and things happen, and
Yeah.
you can't control everything, no matter how much you plan.
Let that be a lesson to you.
So I had planned on taking Cate to a cool bar that I like in an area that I hadn't shown off to her before.
So cool.
And then we were going to walk just like kind of next door, essentially, to go have dinner. And so we went to the bar, and it's like 8 o'clock.
If you follow me on Instagram, you can see the pictures.
And it's a great place, and I love it.
Yeah.
And it's cool, and it's like this kind of underground, like tucked away bar, and
Yeah.
it's very warm, and the lighting is great, and it's got a lot of ambiance, and it's like warm wood,
Oh,
and it's just
so
it's really
great.
cozy feeling.
It's like the place you said it's a very popular, like the place to be kind of, people love it there.
People love it there for
Okay.
good reason, and it's in a very like popular area.
Yeah.
But I usually do everything not on a Saturday night, and I usually go to this place on an afternoon, and it's like me at the bar alone, just having beer and noshies, and I love this place. And it was great when we were there. We lucked out, like so much of the day worked out really perfectly.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And we pulled up to the bar, and there's like the bar, and then like a little other seating area that you can kind of like use as a bar with seats there, and it's totally alone. We're like, oh, let's be here, and then the
So
bar's right
great.
behind us. We'll just order, be
Yeah.
here, and all of that was great, and we had a lovely time, and
we had dirty martinis. They were delicious.
really good. The drinks were great, and we had a blast. And then we wandered over to the restaurant we were going to, and it's this Italian place that like makes their own pastas by hand, and we get there just to go chapter 9.
Should we tell the people what these places are?
Sure, yeah. The bar we were at, if you're Atlanta local, was called Ormsby's Best.
Great.
And the amazing restaurant we went to was Forzo Storico. And it was luscious in there.
Oh, that was just a dream.
Oh my God, I wanted to bathe in it.
Yeah, and we were just like the
Gorgeous.
perfect amount of tipsy. It was just like the perfect, but we hadn't like, we were gonna have apps. It was just like the world was our oyster and the night was young.
We had this little section of the bar, like kind of an off section
To
of the bar,
ourselves.
and a huge space in front of us, and it was perfect.
Oh.
And
great.
our bartenders were two like super cool dudes, and they were just like, "Hey, we're here, take care of you."
There's a lot of like really masculine energy
It
behind
was
the bar.
very,
like,
and it was you like felt the testosterone coming off of them, but not in an intimidating way, just in a very like almost an alluring way.
Yes.
Where these guys were like, "We got it."
Yeah, well, they had it. Well, mostly.
And we did have a great time, and we had cocktails, and I got like a frosé, and
that was great.
And you had a Cosmo,
an Italian Cosmo is delicious.
Perfectly balanced drinks, and we ordered their squash blossoms, like a stuffed fried squash blossom, which is like if you're getting this vegetable squash, there's also the part of it that's a blossom, and they did something with that.
Yes.
And what was the grilled octopus?
Grilled octopus, which it was incredible. It almost was like a like pork belly. We were talking about this. It was like fatty and like perfectly
charred.
It was so good, and then had this like sauce that complemented it on top. Oh, so good.
We were having the perfect time.
Beans with cannellini beans. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah, and then we kind of picked out our wine, and we went through a few tasters, and he was like, "Oh, actually, we're out of this bottle. Here's another taster," and so we do that for a while.
Mm-hmm. Well, we should also say that like at the bar beforehand, the bartender like kind of befriended, like he was nice.
Yes, he was lovely.
He was very nice.
Yeah,
everyone was nice.
Yeah, it wasn't it really about that?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
But we get our bottle of wine, and we're kind of like settling into it, and right at around 11, we were like, let's order our pastas.
We were out late. It was like, I think our reservation was at 9.
Mm-hmm. We were taking our time.
Yeah.
And so we asked one of the bartenders, who was not, I would say, like, he wasn't our main bartender.
Right. And
we asked him, said, "Hey, we'd like to order these couple pastas. Can we get these?" And he goes, let's do it. He goes, "Well, the kitchen closed half an hour ago."
Like, his eyes were saucers. He was terrified. And we were like, oh.
Which is unfortunate, because our main bartender, we had asked at one point, "What time do you close?" And he said 11:30, which is when they close.
Yeah, but when you ask when something's closing.
Yeah, you mean when is your last drink, last food?
I guess we could have specified more, but come on, man. Like, come on.
And then anyone in the service industry knows. I mean, I told Johnny this, and right away he goes, "They didn't tell you the kitchen was closing?"
He was mad.
Yeah. They should have warned you.
I know. Mm-hmm. And we asked. We were like, we were literally, we were ordering appetizers. We were like, ladies gonna have a dinner out.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were just like ready to order like entrees and maybe dessert. And yeah, it didn't. We were kind of devastated.
I'm still kind of devastated.
Upset. I'm upset.
Because it was going to be handmade pasta. And
yeah.
Yes, you're always supposed to let every guest in the restaurant know the kitchen's about to close. Do you need anything else?
Yeah.
But you could see that this bartender immediately knew, he didn't tell them.
Yeah.
And I could like hear their conversation later, like in my mind. I knew the conversation that would happen after we left, where one of them would be like, "You didn't tell those women the kitchen closed. They tried to order food."
Yeah.
And it was like, "Oh, fuck, I totally forgot. Like,
yes.
I'm so sorry, dude." And he's like, "Well, they were cool about it, but man."
He blew it. He really blew it.
Yeah, I could tell that they were both going to be upset with themselves about not letting us know. And it was like, well, there's nothing we could scream about it and then make everybody miserable for the end of their night.
Yes.
And they probably still wouldn't be able to do anything about it because the kitchen is closed.
Yeah.
So we're still not going to eat. And so it was just like, okay.
Yeah. We really just had to, it was like, you can't cry over spilled milk.
Yes, it was that kind of thing where you're like,
know.
well, you better get over this right now, because being butthurt about it is not going to change.
Yeah.
It's not going to put pasta in front of you.
Right, but we were hungry though.
Yeah, well.
And we had a lot to drink.
They brought us our bill, and it was shockingly low.
It was so low.
And I was like, well, this is wrong.
This has a good ending, kind of.
I kind of looked at the check and was like, oh, hey, you guys, you forgot to charge us for our bottle of wine.
See, what a lovely person.
And they kind of do an exchange again.
Yeah.
Like, wow, we fucked up with these ladies again. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And one of them just looks at us and goes, cheers.
Yeah, cheers. And he was like, and he just walked away.
Okay.
So we got like a free like $50 bottle of wine.
I think it was, yeah.
Out of it. I mean, which is, they did the right thing and like things happened. We understand things happen.
Yeah, we
but
weren't weird about it, but we were
sad.
It was more that like I was starving.
Oh, and the pasta.
I was so excited for pasta and I was so hungry at that point.
We were going to get a carbonara and we were going to get like a ragu.
Bolognese,
Like
yeah.
a bolognese with like, oh
my God.
Guys,
so sad
wow,
about
we're
it.
upset still, clearly.
So, well, the real problem comes is that now it's late and lots of kitchens are closed.
Yeah, that's a problem.
And we took a car, so it's not like we can just like zip through a drive-through on the way home and grab McDonald's.
Right.
And
will you go back? I would go back.
I would
go.
Oh yeah, I would go.
Oh
back.
my God, I was so impressed with it. Even though that happened, it was impeccable.
Mm-hmm. It was.
I would go back tonight.
Luscious.
It was so good.
It was luscious.
It was
luscious.
luscious.
Oh, sorry, we won't go back while she's here.
No.
We just have other plans and other things to take on and
yeah.
There's plenty other things to see.
Yeah.
But the real shitter of it all is that then we had to be like, well, I think that bar's kitchen's open till midnight.
The bar that we were at prior.
And I know that there's nowhere I would rather be less than a popular bar on a Saturday night at 11:30.
Yeah.
But that's what we had to go back to.
Yeah.
That's what we had to go back to.
That's right.
And to be fair, I mean, we people love us wherever we go, I suppose, because as soon as we walked in, the bartender was like,
well, I had a conversation with the bartender. Yes, he was very nice, and he was like asking me where I was from and things like that.
He immediately sent over shots for us.
He did, and I was like, because I was vlogging him
when he made our amazing dirty martinis.
And anytime someone like, you know, I don't want to put someone on camera. That's weird. I'm always like, this is for my vlog. Like, is that okay? And he was like, oh, what platform are you on? He was very nice. And I was like, you know, I'm on YouTube and I'm a beauty YouTuber, which to this day to utter those words, it feels so douchey. Like, I'm a beauty YouTuber.
You're like, what do you do? I'm like, actress.
Well, I feel like that's more respectable.
That's so,
no, it's
actually
not
true though.
It's not. Stop it. We're both actors, no matter what.
Okay, you're one of those.
No,
No.
that's true.
I'm joking. Well, we go back and they did. You know, the bartender is like, he's taking good care of us. It's not about that, but. Now it's a sceney place. It's a popular spot at 11:30 on a Saturday, and it is not the same crowd that I anticipated having.
Oh, it was the worst crowd. It was the worst crowd. There was like a CNBC kind of situation for sure, and there were a lot of. I don't see this in New York City. I'm sure it exists. Maybe if I go to the East Village, but like there were a lot of really young people in hordes out, just like living their best lives, which I guess is normal. I'm not
out at that time. I don't do any sort of being at a. I don't do being at a bar on a Saturday night at 11:30.
No, that's not what we do. So, but yeah, so there was this like these incredibly loud children behind us, and
eventually I kind of made a thing about it.
Yeah, you're like because
one of them just like, and he looked at me and I was like, sorry, you screamed in my ear.
And he like came over to us. He was like probably maybe 20. Maybe.
I don't know. I wanted to be like, how old are you?
I know. Well, I can't believe we didn't ask. I mean, we had
it feels like an old lady thing to do, to ask. To
I know.
Like, how old are you?
Yeah.
But clearly we were older and he was young.
I felt elderly. I felt very, very ancient.
Yeah. I felt like I could have been his babysitter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then Heather, I love your cushion fuck politeness. Yeah.
I've always been so polite, but the older I get, the more I don't give a shit. Life is too short, from Susan in Ireland. That's, what's it from?
It's a My Favorite Murder reference.
Yeah.
So.
If you like that, you should listen to My Favorite Murder, because they have a lot of great phrases, catchphrases.
Yeah, I've got a couple of them on pillows.
Yeah.
So this kid comes over and he's full like Timothy Chalamet vibes.
Yeah.
He's got like floppy curly hair. He's like tall and thin and pretty.
Yeah.
And
like overly confident and also almost like a sociopathic way where I'm just like, this isn't okay.
He just comes over to us and is like, sorry, I had a really hard day. And I was ready to be like, okay, bye.
I usually do, but for some reason I had enough drinks in me where I just leaned the fuck into it.
And I was so
like,
glad. I was like, okay,
like,
we're doing this. Let's
I was
lean.
like, tell us about your day. What happened? And so he told us about his day. And it was really entertaining.
Just to speak to people that young, I'm just like,
well, yeah, and it was like, and he was just so schmarmy, but he was like talking, he had some trouble with a lady in his
Jamie
life.
Cate, so a basic 20-year-old white guy.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
Very.
Totally.
Yeah. It was beyond.
But just like really overly confident in a way that was like really almost kind of, it frightened me. It was like, oh, you could murder people. Like maybe you're a serial killer.
You're like a Ted Bundy type where you just are that.
Yeah.
Just.
He also said he looked like Jim Morrison. I was like, excuse me.
He was like, oh, I tried to do the Jim Morrison. And we were like, okay.
I was like, don't try to throw out references right now, okay, to win our favor. It's not working. So,
but I was so entertained, like, and it kind of opened my eyes. I was like, you know, you don't always have to shut people down immediately if they speak to you. You can lean into it sometimes. And my thing is always like, luckily there was some sort of clear exit where one of his friends was like, we're going, and they were like going downstairs. And I was like, bye, and we're like, great.
Yeah, he
but
just
when
left.
you open yourself up to that, there's no end note. Like you don't know how long it's going to go on.
Yeah,
and that makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I'm hesitant to enter into it because I don't know when it's gonna like wrap up.
Yeah.
But I liked that. I was like, oh, we're doing it. Okay, yeah. Do tell us about your day, child.
Yeah. I just really felt, I don't know, in that moment I felt like we needed to hear because the thing is he was like, oh, it's been such a day. He was like, it's been such a hard day. And I was like, I have to hear this.
What's your hard day, beautiful youngster?
Tell me your tale of woe. I just couldn't wait, and it was
weave a country song for us, child.
Yes, and like why? And it was just what we needed. It was exactly what you'd expect. It was so cliche. It was out of hand.
I was like, that was exactly how I thought he was gonna be. Yes. Perfect.
But then the great thing was, and he just fucked off. He was just like, and he just like left, and it was like,
never came back to bother us.
It was so great. It was so great. I really wish you had called him a child. No, well, that would have been cliche too. We're trying to be.
Thank you. Hello. Boop boop boop.
Yeah, Cate. Kate, you could have said I could beat
that airport story.
Oh yeah.
But he didn't want to hear about us.
Oh no, he doesn't care about us.
He was delighted that like sophisticated looking women were like, oh,
talk to us. Oh my God, I'm dead. What is even happening? We're like merging as one. Rhiannon Davies, I'm even like that with little children. Keep away. Yes. I can't talk to kids at all. I can't act enthusiastically when they show me their... Wow. Rhiannon Davies just said a mouthful. We talk about this all the time. We try to keep it under wraps because, you know...
Kids are boring, though. They have the worst stories. They can't tell a joke. I hate them.
What is it you always say, and it's my favorite thing?
They're a bad hang.
They're a bad hang.
They're a really bad hang. I don't have a good time with them. They don't know how to hold a conversation.
Yeah, it's like the guy last night. It's like, we read the room. We understood that all he needed was to just be in the spotlight. So we were like, okay. But that's where that begins and ends. Yeah. Anyway. Wow, that's hilarious.
Well, we've gone for like 2 hours now. Should we?
Not quite, but yes, almost. It's an hour. It's wait, right? 120 minutes is 2 hours, but it's been 107.
Oh, okay. So we have 13 minutes.
Not quite 2 hours, but yeah.
Well, what should we sort of wrap things up with then? What should we
but I wanted to tell about the that's not the whole story about the bar.
Oh, the horrible men.
There have been other
I'll say that we had many interactions yesterday that we didn't ask anybody for.
Yeah,
were all had to do with men. Because women don't make you interact with them.
They don't force interactions, generally speaking.
And men are like, I demand your attention. I demand something of you.
Yeah.
So give me your...
Yeah, no, totally. So that's exactly right. So I've had, you were working the other day, so I took myself over to one of you guys' favorite bars, Park Bar, which was amazing. But then these three, again, a story that's told in my vlog, but whatever, these three 55-year-old white men come up and I'm like, have my AirPods in and I'm just having a cold beer. It was glorious. And the guy came up and he's like, just very dramatic, which is fine. He seemed nice, I guess. He was like, is anyone sitting here? Like, can we sit here? To my right. Now, also, you should know that there was a lot of space to my left. I had all the space before they came, which is okay. So I was like, no one's sitting there. It's fine. He's like, okay. So then I like Courtney Flores is like, tell us. So I like Johnny.
If you're gonna tell a story where you shit on men, I am here. I'm front row center with popcorn.
Johnny's over here.
Oh no,
He's
Johnny
like,
hates
yes.
men more than anybody.
They're
I don't know.
terrible.
I don't know. There's like 6 good ones, and if you found one of them, hang on to them for life.
Yeah,
That's right.
If I weren't a pacifist, every other man would be dead.
Words to live by. So yeah, they basically like I very discreetly like scooched over. I mean, cause I'm not trying to be an asshole. There's just more space to my left, and there was no space to my right, and they were like, I could hear them talking about me. And they were like, oh, she moved over. What do you think you did? What do you think you did? She couldn't handle what do you think? It was like I was in middle school.
You have two really great impressions that I love when you do. And we were saying this the other day when you do the women, and this is all you have to do. People know you're gonna.
Yeah.
And everybody knows exactly where you're headed, and then say,
just like dweebs. Yeah, and I'm like, I can hear everything they're saying. 1, because I have great hearing, and 2, because I had the noise canceling AirPods in. So what that does is that takes out ambient noise, and you can actually hear people's conversations.
Oh no shit! Yeah, sounds like a nightmare.
It can be, but also could be helpful depending on your situation. So I was like, so I scooch over and they're like talking about me, and I ignore them, which was hard, but I did. And then one of them was like, forced me to interact. And he was like, oh, so we're just wondering, like, why'd you have to move over? Like, what was that about? Like, what made you move over from him?
We do something wrong? Did he offend you? Did he make you uncomfortable?
Right. And I was like,
now I have to explain.
Now I'm being forced into this, but I was like, well, there's just more space to my left, and like COVID and like social distancing,
or just get the fuck away from me.
I mean, I didn't say that,
but also just get the fuck away from me.
Right. So then they were like, the guy was like, well, that's not social distancing. It's not 6 feet. Like and I was like, well, we're closer than we were, right? Like we're closer to some space between us now.
Jamie K says we're going to need a douche tugboat soon.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah, exactly. And then like, wait, what was the third thing he said?
I'm sorry. I'm not totally sure what you're trying to tell me.
I need your Bluetooth off.
You need my Bluetooth off. Got it.
No, and then he went on. He went on and he was like, oh, well, I guess that's a reason. I was like, I think it's a pretty valid reason. And then it was like ice cold and they never spoke to me again. And I was just like, why? Why? Like, a woman wouldn't do that. I mean, I don't think so. Like, men just feel the need to like, I hate to make giant statements like that. Not all men.
Let's generalize about men. Let's just generalize
but it's true.
about them.
As a woman, you're like, you just assume that you're like, okay, now we're having an interaction that we have to have because you made it happen.
Yeah. Like you thought that I needed to give you my attention.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, they were very like affable. Do you know what I mean? They weren't threatening. I didn't feel like, I'm sure they're harmless, but like it was just douchey and unnecessary. And I don't get it. I don't get it. So that kind of happened at the bar last night too. Heather was in the bathroom.
For like so short. I can't believe how quick men can be horrible in such a short period of time.
Yeah. Clearly we had just had a shot. We're like, have had some drinks.
So many drinks at this point. We've been drinking since like 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Yes. And so you go to the bathroom and then like Lauren said it was a bad pickup, and I don't think so though. I don't think that these men have any end game about it like going somewhere. It wasn't a pickup.
I think it's just that I don't get something in my life, like I'm lacking something, and here you are, you're a beautiful woman, and I must make you have a thing with me, and I don't think that it's going anywhere, and I'm not trying to hit on you. I demand
Right.
your attention because
Well, it's a very high school mentality. It's a very Danny Zuko thing. It's like rocking and rolling and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we're cool, yeah. Like, we're all really insecure, but we gotta like make ourselves feel better by asking this woman why she moved over because it's about them. And I just want to be like, it's not about you. Like, there's more space.
It's not, yeah, and that's the thing is, it's like it's not so much about you and like, oh, I'm so entranced by you and I want you to date me or I'd love to take you out for a drink sometime. It's none of that. It's all just I need.
Right. It was just interesting to me, like from a psychological standpoint, even when he came up, even though he was nice, like it was such a dramatic, like he like put his hand on the chair and he's like, is anyone sitting here? Is it okay that we sit here? And I was just like, maybe it's the New Yorker in me, but I was like, yeah, man,
There's
like
no need to have this
why
talk.
are you just sit down? I don't know.
Don't
Like sit
have
down.
7 words we didn't need to say to each other.
And now but that's interesting because it like makes you have this like
Yeah, now you forced me
dialogue.
into an interaction that I didn't want to have with you.
fascinating and annoying.
So I was in the bathroom.
Oh, sorry.
tonight.
Sorry. So you're in the bathroom. This is short. And like I was going to get the check and you had the tab going. And again, sometimes this happens it doesn't happen to you that often, but we had a shot.
Yeah.
We were tipsy.
We had gotten a lot.
Yeah.
I think actually, like, I woke up this morning, was thinking, like, how late we stayed just standing in the kitchen, just, like, kind of half screaming at each like, I can't
Yeah.
believe Johnny didn't wake up.
Oh my
Just
God.
sort of, like, half screaming at each other a little bit. And I was like, Jesus, I was drunker than I thought.
Yes.
So
Oh,
we
yeah.
were drunk.
We were. But like no one would know that. We knew that. We weren't like belligerent.
Oh, no.
It's like
I'm
we're
just
very
saying,
like
yes, I'm looking back. I look back on it and was like, wow, we really had a good time.
right. Like I probably
really
looked
felt-
like this at the bar. Like I was just
Oh, I
like
had
no
no
one would
idea.
know.
She then was like, 3 sheets to the wind. And I was like, oh, are you? Okay.
I mean, I felt like I
Really
was
together.
because the point is, I went to ask for Heather. He's like, "What's the last name on the card?" And I literally was like, "Hold on a second." Like I couldn't think of your last name, which
I
is
can't
insane.
always think of my last name. It's a hard one.
So there was like a peanut gallery to my right, a man, and he was like, "Oh, we sound like such man haters," but anyway, whatever. I don't care because it's all true. So he intervenes. Like he's like over there like with binoculars, like watching my interaction like a psycho, I guess. And he's like, "You don't remember your friend's name?" And I was like, she's my friend of 20 years and I'm a little tipsy, so no. And he's like, "Oh, is that what it is?" And I was like, "Excuse me?" And he was like, whoa. Like, I was like, what the fuck? No. What is that? That's what they do. They're like inappropriate and you're like, "Excuse me?" No. And they're like, "Whoa.
Don't get offended. Whoa, calm
Hey,
down.
oh. I'm like, "No, you started this, motherfucker. You started this."
And that's how we ended the night.
It's just unnecessary.
I
Like
agree.
if someone that's comical, I wouldn't like be a douche about it and be like, "Oh, you don't know their name." I would just be like, "Okay,
Oh, are you
What-
drunk? Is that what it is?
I'm like,
Is
yes.
that what it is?
I don't even know what he was implying."
I don't either. And that's my thing too, is we talked about this a lot too, is so many times when men say things, I just want to be like, what's your end game here, bro? Like,
I know. I'm like,
what do you hope this interaction turns into? Like, what are you trying to achieve here? What's your motivation here?
yeah.
What do you hope comes out of this?
Yes. I'm just like, that is true. We were talking about that. Like, what do you think is going to happen here? I mean, I know sometimes things can happen, but like, it's probably not going to happen after what you just said.
Well, and I don't know if that's where it's coming from. Like that.
Right.
That's what I mean. Is I don't know if it's a thing where they're like, this is my way in, so we can fuck, or date
Right.
or whatever. Like I don't know that that's
No,
always
I don't
about
think
what
it
it
is.
is. I think it's just this. I want your attention because I can tell you don't want to give it to me.
Right. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments. Just beyond rude, yes, blah, blah, blah. The nerve the comment again makes me cringe. Yeah, yeah.
Cece says my husband is hysterical listening to Cate.
Right.
You gotta love a good man.
Oh yeah, it's just
Men who get it are rare and few and far between.
sexy legs. Can we just start every random male interaction with "What's your end game, dude"?
I kind of want to, yeah. To just be like, what's going on here? What are we doing?
What if you just let's all talk about it right now. The next time something like that happens, what if you just said, "What are you doing here right now? Like, what is this?"
I think that we should maybe all just try to like keep that in our mind and throw it out the next time that it happens to each of us. And maybe we'll like reconvene here in a few months and talk about the experiences and how that went.
Yeah.
Because that's all that we all really want to know is what the fuck are you getting at, dude?
Yeah. Like, I don't understand. I'm like, can't we just, anyway, it's the unnecessary insertion of yourself into a stranger's situation.
That has
where I'm
nothing
just
to do with you.
Yes. Overgrown.
And it didn't leave a positive situation. Sometimes I'll insert myself into somebody's thing because I'm like, oh, I have a thing that's probably going to make things better for you.
Yeah.
Like, I either know the answer to the question that you guys are debating, or I have a compliment that I want to give you that I know is going to make you feel really good about your day.
Right.
Or I've had a similar experience, so I want you to know, like, oh, actually, you should go this way about that and not go to this place because they're closed now, or whatever.
Yeah.
And if you insert yourself into somebody's conversation unasked and then they leave better for it, then fine. Those are the interactions we all want to have.
Yeah.
Like, we should all be open to those things. But these interactions go nowhere and benefit no one, and they're all men's fault.
Right. Jamie K. Inserting yourself to be helpful. Great. Otherwise, shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if you're helpful, that's nice. I mean, that's lovely.
Or if you're lovely, that's lovely.
Yeah,
but if
that's
you're
nice.
shitty, that's shitty.
Yeah, it's not even like that's the thing too. I feel like you don't have to be overtly negative for it to just feel inappropriate. You know, it's like I don't feel like I'm in danger, but I feel like this is I'm
no.
gonna punch you in the face. Like, please just stop. Please stop.
We also had a woman Uber driver on the way home.
Oh
And
my
it
god, I
was-
think we scared her. I mean, I was going off about that guy.
Who knows though, because she was silent and lovely and a
Appropriate.
good driver and just dropped us off.
Yeah, like doing her job, and
It was just a juxtaposition between the guy that we
That's a
drove
good
there
point.
with, who was like, and just like it was the roughest ride.
It was, yeah. It's
Just if you can and that's what I mean is every interaction that we had last night was with men, and we hated all of
was.
them.
well,
And
not all of them, but like some of
I
them.
hated most of them.
But the bartenders were nice at the other place.
yes, but also we gotta say the bartenders dropped the ball on us in serious ways.
Well,
too.
they blew it.
So,
They blew it.
I think that if we had been dealing with women throughout the whole night, we would have had a much different and better experience.
My comment section is gonna be like, oh my god, I'm like, you guys are such man haters. Like, I don't even know why I'm here. Why are you here?
You can call me a man hater because I gotta say I don't have any refute to that because it's pretty much true. I will speak all day at how mostly horrible I think most men are. It is by far and large the ratio of shitty men to women who suck is it's unfathomable.
Yeah.
And I think testosterone is a poison, and I don't like them, and I feel grateful for every good man
Yeah.
that I meet.
Absolutely. This is, yes. And Simply Swatch, this is good. A lot of times it can feel like you're not, sorry,
In imminent danger.
but you might be if you don't play along, which is such an unfair position to be in. That's such a good way to say that.
I think that's maybe what's going on sort of subconsciously with every woman who's placating every man who forces himself to engage with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, CC, but my son is the bestest, and there
That's
are
great.
raised good men, yes, because you're a good,
They
lovely
do
person.
exist.
They do, and when you find them, you hang on to that, and you cherish them, and you tell them that they're doing a good job, and then I think those men need to go and be good allies to us and try to help to educate other men about how shitty they're being. I mean, I'm the first to also say, yeah, I get not all men. But enough of you that I mostly hate you. Enough of you that if you come at me just as a man and I have no other information, I kind of automatically, my default is you suck and I hate you. And you have to prove me wrong because you've all proven me right up until now.
Yeah, Jamie K said, good men have to be made.
Oh, good
That's
point.
such a good, she always makes good points.
My mother-in-law is a goddamn saint. She's a wonderful woman, and my husband has a wonderful family, and also just a wonderful heart and brain and mind and a soul, and he's the best of all of us. Like, people are always like, we have a relationship where Johnny's so cute and he's so lovely, and I just think he's the bee's knees and he's a total hottie. But we do have a relationship where when people meet me or when people see a picture of me, people are always like, "That's not your wife. Shut up. Fuck you. This is your wife."
They say that to him?
All the time, like without fail.
Why?
I don't really know. I think Johnny's a catch and a half.
Oh.
I mean,
you're beautiful. I mean, no, don't. I think you're gorgeous, but I didn't. Okay.
I don't know who people are picturing
Okay.
Johnny with, but when they kind of see me and that I have a personality and a vibe, I don't know, maybe they hear he's from Wyoming and they expect a different kind of person to be his wife.
Okay.
But we get it all the time where people are just like, "Shut the fuck up, this ain't your wife."
Okay. That's weird.
And I'm just like, "What's wrong with you? Like, he's such a catch. Like, of course, like he's the best." But so there sort of appears to be this like dissonance.
Okay.
But for me, I'm like, I'm the winner. Like, he's such a good
nice.
person.
That's nice.
And it's so rare. You gotta hang on to that. You gotta cultivate that. And if you have a man who's a good person, you can forgive a lot of other nonsense, because the core of being good and standing up for what's right and being an ally to women, a true ally to women.
Yeah.
Oof. Thank God for those men.
So good. Lauren Boyles, Cate, Randy is a keeper. Yes.
Yep, Brandy's the same way. Very, very kind, good person.
Yeah.
Oh, Brandy's a joy.
He is.
Hi, Randy. Is he moderating right now?
No, I think he's at work, but yeah, no, it's
I love
true.
him.
He's just
really good people.
He would never do any of the things that we ever just talked about.
Oh my God.
That didn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying?
No, never.
Oh man.
Never.
Cringe-sikins. Okay. Lou, thank you. Jamie K, I want one. But but yeah.
It was fucking luck of the draw. I mean,
you're probably just better off by yourself. That's nice too.
That is nice too.
I mean, I just have a lot of single friends who are like, "Oh my God, I want that." I'm like, "But
do you?
But you seem like you're having a good time too. Like you're fine. Like you don't need do that.
You really don't need. And especially if you don't find someone who fits the real bill, you really don't need.
And it doesn't complete. That's the thing. It doesn't like complete you. It's just like an awesome addition.
It
but
is.
It's not.
It's just someone to hang out and watch Netflix with, which is great, and we do all want that. But it doesn't change who you are, how you feel about things, or it doesn't give you less anxiety. It doesn't make you still not have to go to therapy, and it doesn't make you not a mess. It doesn't fix anything in your life.
Yeah.
It's just somebody to witness you being a fucking hot mess through your life.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Does anybody have last minute thoughts?
Yeah.
Questions, concerns?
We really just we yammered on forever, really.
I think that's the idea, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming. This is long as hell.
Flew by.
It did fly by. Jamie Key said, honestly, it would be good to have someone to split chores with.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. But
Yeah.
there's so much less chores when it's just you, too.
Yeah.
Half of the chores are just like
That's
dealing
true.
with everything
Split
that's
in half.
happening with him. And,
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't need to do half of these things if you weren't here.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This was so great. I'm so glad we did this. Thanks for
what
doing
a good
it.
time. And I just think it all looks great, too.
It does look
Unlike
great.
last time, which was like shit.
We didn't know.
No, we didn't.
Oh.
That's not what I meant. Thanks, Heather, with the good hair. The fact that you guys say that, like, that's how you refer to me on the channel, fills me with such joy, I can't tell you.
How could it not? Everyone wants to hear that.
Yeah.
And it's true. It's all the truth. I have friends with really good hair. I just have to say, like, I have many. It's just a thing. I have a lot of friends who have good hair.
Oh, girls who look like each other.
Oh, shit. We forgot to cover this. Sorry, back it up. Okay.
So when we were at the restaurant last night, Kate's like surreptitiously, she's like, look behind you. Look at the table of girls behind you.
Yeah.
And it was actually two split, giant, large tables of
It
girls.
was
They
like
couldn't even fit them at one
It was
table.
a horde, a gaggle of
And
them.
they were having a birthday.
They were
and
probably like
probably
21.
I was going to say like 25.
Oh, okay.
I think
I can't tell
I think they
anymore.
were like people living their lives and jobs and like in the city and
Well,
stuff.
they look like children.
I don't think they were college kids.
Okay.
But they were young and
They were young.
it was it was unreal. They were all the same person. And we had seen this.
were all the same person.
Like a couple different times throughout the day.
On the
too.
way in the cab, we
Yeah.
saw a bunch of people who were the same people
Yeah,
together.
just a group of men and women. Like,
They're all
on a
white.
couple's date, like 4 couples. And the women were wearing the same thing and had the same hair, like just different variations of the same thing. Same with the dudes.
Yes.
And then
The women had on wedge sandals with a flowy skirt.
flowy dress, like long maxi,
Blonde
hair waves.
Men,
all of them.
Men were in
Chinos, boat
loafers with no
shoes,
socks.
and those short sleeved collared button down shirts.
And they
that
were
men
all
wear
like
now.
walking like robots into like some apartments that were for sale. And it was like, wow, this couldn't be more cliche if I tried. Like just like
high-rise condos that they with a swanky restaurant in the bottom of them.
yes.
And so the girls sitting at the restaurant with us, it was I couldn't, I mean, it was like they all blurred into one large person. And
it was astounding. I was like,
I started to think, like, I don't want to necessarily jump to conclusions about these women who could all be perfectly lovely people, and I don't want to be one of those women who just hates other women for no reason, and you're just catty and mean, and you're just, like, looking for things to be pissed about with other women, but
no.
the homogeny of it all, I just think that I've always surrounded myself with people who look nothing like me.
Yeah.
And how that I think that enriches your life to have people who have different tastes and styles and experiences, and also have enough wherewithal to carry those things with pride and with confidence, and to choose to be different or interesting in their own way.
Yeah.
I have never sat in a group of people who looked either like each other or like me.
Same. I don't really do that.
Everyone I've ever rolled with, all of my lady crews, it's just night and day. Everybody's just such a blend of people, and
I mean,
I don't know what you talk about when you're just talking to another version of yourself.
I don't think there's a lot of intense conversations going on there, but I could be wrong. Probably not. The gals who sat down next to us, they weren't a part of any of these people. I remember going out of my way to say to you, like, oh, they look different from each other. That's wild, because they were young. They were like the same age, but they all had like a different vibe, and I never see that. And I was just like,
and here's what I thought was interesting too, is that these girls behind us were all wearing, like, again, the same kind of thing of like sundresses, wedges, long flowy blonde hair, and then the girls who sat next to us, like, they were also blonde, and I don't mean it to be like a blonde thing.
well, I'm blonde.
Yeah, exactly, because these girls who sat next to us, they were all blonde too, but they all had their own thing going on.
Yeah,
completely.
It was just, they were just their own people. Jamie K said, oh my God, I'm so happy you guys are talking about this, so it's not just me who sees these people. No! And it's really intense. I feel like
Echo chambers, Simply Swatch says.
Yeah.
You don't get any different views or perspectives, so that you don't learn and expand your mindset. Exactly.
I'm definitely seeing it more in Atlanta than I do in New York.
Oh,
I will say.
Maybe I think it's just maybe the specific places I've taken you have been real, like, Instagrammy white girl
bougie.
fodder. Yeah. And I love those places too, and I want to Instagram all the shit out of all of it. But
they're great.
But you can see how that I've selected places that seem to be really popular for that. I wonder if we'll see it today at, like, the breweries.
I'm sure we will.
I'm sure we'll see some of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. For sure. But yeah, it was kind of.
They're all over LA. Lauren says Gabe loves makeup. It's a lot like that in Charlotte. I think that it's a lot like that in places other than NYC, because there everyone's just like, I don't give a fuck, and you do exactly what you want, and there's no. It's so embraced there. There's no, like, pressure to conform.
Yeah, Jenny with a Y. When blonde is a hair color and not your whole personality. Yeah.
So many clones.
Oh,
Gabe
sexy
says.
legs. I see them in Columbus, Ohio. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. And here, let's say they even did the whole thing. They sang "Happy Birthday" really loudly to one of the girls.
They did.
And then they all got shots, and they went, "Woo!"
Yes. Yeah. And I felt like ancient over, like, in the corner with, like, sunglasses and martini and a cigarette, just being like, okay. Just, like, bitter, but also, like, for a good reason. Not bitter.
Because then
judgy.
when they walked away, you were like, look,
Judgy.
look, they're walking past the window. They're walking past the window. They're walking past the window.
I did. I was like, Heather, you can see them all. They're in a line. Walk, look,
It was
look,
like
look,
a parade
look.
of gazelles with blonde hair.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God, they're the woo girls. Yeah, the woo girls. Exactly.
They did it. I mean, I thought they wouldn't really go there, but Jamie K, they did go there.
Oh yeah, they like leaned in.
But
They
you
were
know
in
how
it.
even on How I Met Your Mother, when they do the woo girls thing, those 4 women they're talking about actually look really nice and different from each other. They should have cast exclusively the same person.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really how it goes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was a very like active night. There were many things that we saw.
And that's the
and
things you can't
experienced.
control. That's the things you,
You
plan
can't.
and you plan and you plan, and then
That's
just
right.
exterior factors just
And then-
fuck it right up.
And then a bartender who you think is cool just forgets to tell you the kitchen is closing, and that's that's
they
how
were
that goes.
so on top of it and confident.
Yeah.
I had full confidence in their ability to make sure we had a perfect evening.
Yeah.
And I mean, I will say the look of horror on that
Oh,
bartender's
I felt bad
face,
for him. I was like,
did
oh,
too. I was like,
no.
oh, this is going to be a conversation that you have later.
Yeah.
And again,
They
nothing's
they
putting
meant
pasta
well.
in front of us, so we might as well not leave a bad taste in these people's mouth. And then we got the free
Yeah.
bottle of wine.
We did, and we drank it. Well, almost.
Oh, we didn't finish it though.
It's not all finished.
You know how we would have finished it? If we had pasta.
right?
Those glasses down. in
Yes,
case I
yeah.
wasn't clear.
It's a glasses down situation.
I steal a lot of Cate-isms, and people are delighted by it.
Same. I see.
But then I always have to tell them, like, well, I said froke out. You know, I say froke out all the time. I'm like, okay, I didn't come up with that though. I don't want you to think that I'm that
Oh,
smart
yeah.
and clever that I
Oh,
came
I do
up
that
with
all the
froke
time.
out by myself. I
I-
didn't, but I love it.
We equally feel like it's very, very important. Well, we're just fucking going on and on, aren't we? When are these bitches gonna shut up? No, I'm just saying.
They're still here.
I know they are here. Thank you. No, I'm just saying. Like we always feel like it's even if you didn't know who this person was. Like when I mentioned like loudly agreeing or like I just feel like I have to say I didn't come. Like it wasn't just me who came up with that. Like it was us. Like
Yeah.
you were there. You know
But
what I mean?
you're specifically great of isms. I mean, I think I probably have a few that I've
You
come up
do.
with that are translating to other people and stuff. But
Yeah.
I do take a lot of those, and it's they're a great turn of phrase, and
Well-
you have a way with words.
Well, we're witty gals. We're just witty
but
gals.
Broke out. Like, where did you come up with that?
I don't know if I've
It's
used that on my
so
channel
good.
very much. It's so funny.
Ugh.
You know who I think I got it from? Here you go. I didn't come up with it. It's my friend Tina.
Oh, Tina!
Tina says "froke out," and I've used it ever since.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
It's delightful. It's delicious.
It's so good. It's so good. Lauren Boyles, look at your life and look at your choices. Again, something else that I didn't come up with, but so good. Yeah. Okay. Wow. This was fun.
Yeah, I'm really hungry.
Oh, starving.
Yeah, let's eat something.
Sexy legs. The power of elder millennials. We are okay with giving credit where it is due. I hope that rubs off on other people because
Well,
it's always a good thing to do.
I know it's a TikTok thing too, to be like really kind of appropriating other people's stuff and
Right.
then you turn it into your own thing. And I'm not against that, but I do think there's a fine line with all of that. And I don't know. It's a tricky, slippery slope.
It is tricky. It's tricky, but I do think like as long as you
And everything is cyclical and everything comes back around, and really there's nothing original that anyone's saying ever about anything, and so I get how it's tricky to make those parameters, but But yeah, if you're on TikTok and you're using somebody else's thing to like come forth with your own thing, say where you got the idea from. Don't just be like, look at me do this dance. Like I learned this dance from this video. Like give people credit.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm going to read this in a second, but I feel like I just want to say it takes so little to like credit someone. It takes like a second and it costs you nothing and it makes a world of difference.
Especially when you're getting a really good
So-
reaction from it. Like I've said things sometimes and people have just like fell out. They thought stuff was so funny. And I'm like, oh, that was actually something from a comedian that I heard. Like, I can't let you think that I'm this hilarious.
Well, because that
I
feels shitty.
delivered it right
Yeah.
and made you laugh and I used it at the right time. But I don't want you to think that I came up with this hilarious thing on my own. It was
Well,
Tina
because
Fey,
that feels
you know?
weird to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to feel weird about that.
Exactly.
This person said, MB, forgive me just joining. Your guest gives off Zooey Deschanel vibes. I'm sure she's heard that before.
I've heard it before. You can say it all day long. I'm never going to be mad about it. You can tell me I look like any fucking celebrity you want.
Any of them?
Almost...
I'm just kidding.
I'm trying to think,
don't-
like, who would be one that you wouldn't want to be told that you look like?
I don't know.
But
No, I get what you're saying.
Celebrities are hotties, mostly.
Yeah, mostly.
I think if someone told me that I looked like, you know, Dame Judi Dench currently, I would be like, huh?
Well, she's out of your age range, so
Exactly.
that would feel
those
weird.
would be the things
Yeah.
that would be inappropriate. But I get a lot of celebrity lookalike situations, and I think it's very funny because I actually don't look like any of them. But
What's your style? Like your hair.
I can
and,
fool
yeah.
you with it all. And since I have bangs, people are like, you look like all the people with bangs. And I'm like, I'll take it.
I mean, you've got great bangs. What can you
Thanks.
say? What can you say other than that? Okay, should we wrap it up? My God, we're gonna wrap it up like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I wanna wrap it up because I wanna eat.
Yeah. This has been so great. Please go, and if you're looking for a cool podcast to listen to, check out Heather's podcast called You Betch.
Thanks, guys. Love that.
I linked it down below in the description box. And yeah, we're just going to go to a bunch of breweries today and live our best life. Hopefully some like really awkward men will insert themselves in our conversation, and then we can tell stories about them publicly on live streams again, because that was really fun. So thank you.
I'm pre-annoyed by it. I'm
yeah.
getting pre-annoyed.
We're
to
already
be
annoyed.
And then you can watch it on the vlog because we'll vlog about it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely we will. Gabe, thanks, Gabe. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks you guys. It was fun as always.
Yeah, it
I
really
love
was.
the Good Job Gang. I love this channel. I love the community here. I love the vibe. I love the support.
Yeah.
I love the ladies championing ladies, and
Oh, Jamie Casey, she subscribed to your podcast.
it's really nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. That helps a lot.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
absolutely. Okay, guys, have a great Sunday. And I will see you. I'll go back to, I'm not going to do a live stream tomorrow. This is sort of that. But I'll see you on Wednesday because I'll be back in New York City and I'll do my happy hour live stream then. So I'm
done.
I mean, we're done.
Empty.
We literally
You can't cheers an empty glass, so it's bad luck. So just
yeah. We finished that bottle.
good. That was the plan.
Yeah, it was the plan.
Well, we'll just say bye then.
Let's say bye. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Oh.